Well, there goes the Daverhood. Good morning, everybody. Told you. I thought I was going to do this long thing, but no. We're always surprising. Even 953 episodes into this program, we can still be shocking and surprises and have flying chickens everywhere. Ooh, there's one. And here's another one. Ooh, another.
Oh, that's a goat.
You can toss the goat. No, don't toss the goat. Okay. Good morning. It is the final Saturday in July of 2024, and I'm Dave Lefkowitz, and that is my wonderful and adorable wife, and she is here helping me with this episode of Dave's Gone By, which mixes humor and culture and interviews and fun and nonsense, and we've been doing it since October of 2002 and have no thoughts of stopping doing it because it's just fun. It's fun for a couple of hours on a Saturday morning, and we're very happy to have you here. So, first let's tell you what's going to be on this particular episode of the Dave's Gone By show. We have Greeley Times. This is a segment that we have every week where, because my wife and I lived in northern Colorado for several years, and we got the paper there, the newspaper, the Greeley Tribune, had a column, and still has, called Cop Log. And this is absolutely real, completely truthful stuff that is taken from phone calls that come into the police dispatch up there in Greeley and Evans and Johnstown, Colorado. But it's the funny ones. It's the phone calls from people who find really weird things going on in the neighborhood, or they themselves are not, perhaps not all there. So we gather those, or the paper gathers those, and then we pick the funniest ones and share them with you in a segment we call Greeley Times. Also, we have our Colorado Limerick of the Dam, speaking of Colorado. So this is because I got it into my head, maybe almost, wouldn't be 10 years ago now, but quite a few years ago, that it might be fun to write a poem about as many places in Colorado as I possibly could. A limerick, a short one, a 5-line poem, risque, humorous, or at least trying to be humorous, often vile and disgusting, because I am often vile and disgusting. So every week we share a horrible poem dedicated to a different place. Yeah.
What's the picture of the living room behind you? I don't get that.
Oh, that I just need a color on the walls.
Does that mean? Because I like the color palette, but
yeah, I think it picks up the yellow in the palette.
If it meant something, is your guest like a?
In fact, when I have phlegm, I pick up the yellow in my cleft palette.
No,
so
is your guest an interior designer? Or?
No. In fact, the guest is a former actress turned playwright and now turned author of thriller murder mystery books. Her name is Carol Hollenbeck. But if this were back, oh my God, 5 decades ago, her name then in Hollywood was Carol Holland, and she was being primed for stardom. She was this blonde, attractive model type, and basically lucked into a movie role, and the movie that could have, quote unquote, made her career as an actress. It was called Eden Cried, sort of forgotten for many, many years, and now picked up as something that's of a cult film that people love for being a cult film. But it didn't quite make her name in Hollywood, and she had some other issues with the whole way that Hollywood works. So she got out of that, had a different life entirely, but also started writing plays and one-act plays that were performed in the Samuel French festivals and got nominated for prizes there. And as I said, more recently, she started writing books. So it's going to be a lot of fun to have Carol Hollenbeck as a guest in the Daverhood in just a little while. She'll be chatting with the one, the only, the Jewish Rabbi Saul Solomon. He is the founder of Temple Sons of Bitches in Great Neck, New York. And Rabbi Saul, if you know him, you either love him or hate him, but he's always going to be Rabbi Saul, and he does most of our interviews on the program, including the one coming up with Carol. So that's gonna be fun on the program. We'll also, I think this week we need to do Bunion Watch. It's been a little long.
I think it should skews out Naomi though.
Oh yeah, there's one of our viewers, and we only have 3, who is like, Dave, love you, love your show, known you for years, great guy, but do not actually need to look at your bunion on camera. And to that I say, oh yes you do. To that I say, entertainment comes in all forms. It comes in the high-level poetic form of the Colorado Limericks of the Damned. It comes as the slightly satirical humorous form of Greeley Times, based on Coplog. It comes in the form of scintillating interviews with people in the entertainment industry, as we will have with Carol Hollenbeck. And it also comes from being able to look at my foot and judge the size, shape, and color of my bunions. Yes, is Naomi watching? That'd be great.
I gotta check on the Facebook. She might be writing in going.
Oh, and we'll also have Inside Broadway, because a couple of weeks ago I got to go back to New York for a few days, saw a couple of Broadway shows, including these 2. I should have the playbills right here. The new musical by Shana Taub called Suffs, and the wild, ridiculous, farcical comedy that I talked a bit about last week called Oh Mary, which included the assassination of President Lincoln, and which I was watching quite literally when somebody tried to assassinate President Trump. So yeah, it's going to be, I'm going to review the shows and
Carol
talk about them.
You 37 minutes ago and said 10 a.m., right? Thanks.
Right, yeah. I think our guest got a little confused in the sense that she's seeing that our show starts at 9 a.m. and she's wondering why it's at 10 a.m.
I'm going to write back and say
9:30.
Okay. We can do 9:30, right?
Yeah, 9:30. Because I believe she's already in the waiting room and primed. But I want her to be ready and raring to go at 9:30 for all of us watching at home, Eastern time. Those of you on the West Coast are not even awake yet, but thank you for watching. Anyway, so that's the basic premise of this episode of Dave's Gone By. If there's time.
She posted publicly, so I just said, we can do 9:30, we see you in the waiting room.
Great,
yes.
Great, excellent, thank you very much. Was that an email or was that
no, it's
a Facebook
post.
thing?
It's a Facebook
post. Oh, fine.
It's nothing scary.
No, but she told all her folks, or the people.
Yeah, whatever. I can't get back in. I'm slow today, David. I'm sorry.
If she told all her people 10 o'clock and then we start her at 9:30, then they don't know to tune in.
Well, she can also. She'll be talking it.
Yeah, but okay. So there you go. And if there's time, we might go back to our story time with.
I can't see where she wrote now.
Listen, I think I do want to go because this was surprisingly good. We were reading a little bit of this book by Cy Montgomery called Secrets of the Octopus. And it's actually quite marvelous, at least the first chapter that we read. And, it wasn't even beyond, because sometimes we poke fun at the books we read, but no, this was just fun to read. So if we have like 10 minutes, I'll poke back into Cy Montgomery, and here she is. Yes, it's a girl named Cy. Shel Silverstein never wrote that song. With her book about octopi.
Her last name again, Hoffman?
Hollenbeck. HOLLENBECK. So let's see if she wrote back and what she wants to do.
I can't find it now.
That's all right. So, there you have it. Let's talk about the week gone by, because that's also part of what we do to clear the phlegm from my throat, as I always have to do. And talk about what's been going on in our lives. And in the week, we got a new water heater. So our old water heater.
You want to show the video?
Oh, can we show that?
I
Yeah.
would say not the video because it's the guy talking.
Oh, talking. Well, turn the sound down and we can show.
I have photos and I have.
So our water heater had been working. We had it tuned up about a year ago for the thermostat that wasn't whatever, but it's been okay. But in order to get hot water that's hot enough for a shower and that stays hot, we were having to crank the temperature of the water to like 150 degrees, which apparently was really, so wait, let me here's the inner workings of, this is the old one, right? Or our new one? Huh. Is this our old one or our new one?
That's the new one.
That's the new one.
You
This
see
is
the digital display?
Here.
Okay.
Yeah, I can barely see without my glasses, so.
Okay. Yeah, where's your glasses?
They're here. They're here.
Okay.
I'm going to put them on.
I gotta pull it up again. I'm gonna lower the.
Lower the vol.
What's it doing now? Okay, sorry.
So in order to run our heater, which was working, and finally and giving us, good, nice hot showers, we were apparently
Here's the first one. This is the
overworking
short one.
our old heater. So this was new. This has the digital. So here it is. Here's a picture of the insides, the interstices, the inner tubing of our brand new hot water heater. Ooh. There's a little bit of video there we can show. It's not moving. The phone camera's moving.
You let it. There's sound. It'll go. Let it.
Here we go.
And that's him showing us what to do. There's a little filter. You'll see the filter up top. You never saw it.
Yeah.
No.
And the whole video is 3 seconds long.
No, there's another video.
Oh, all right, yeah.
Okay. Here's the long video. You'll see the filter. Look for the filter.
Okay, here we go.
See that he's showing the filter. You change the filter once a year. See.
And we have to do that, or he'll come in, or
anybody.
Oh, it's just up there. Okay.
But all you gotta unscrew the bottom. You'll see he covered the thing.
Yeah. We have to do that for our ring also. So now he's going to do.
He's just showing me everything. He's explaining everything. Like you want to make sure there's no dirt on the wires. Like you just look through. Once a year, you give it a good, cleaning. He's like, then you gotta make sure. And then he's like, don't put any mozzarella cheese in there. No sauce. Make it clean. Don't put any fruit or veggies. This is not an air fryer.
I feel like we're doing a college course for like technical institute here.
Oh,
a valve. Oh, I see a valve.
That's the hot and cold water. If we ever need to shut it off, that's where they turn off. The hot and cold water come from.
But first you have to unscrew and then get to that, and then.
No, that's on the bottom.
Oh, it's underneath, so we can get to that anytime. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So the bottom one is cold or hot, or I don't even know.
Blue is cold, always red is hot. That's the color code.
Oh, I see. There's another.
That's blue.
This is what. I'm Jewish. I know nothing about these things.
Like, you need to make a video. I'm like, my dad's a mechanic. I don't need to know.
We
make one for Dave because he's not here.
Right.
Oh wait, he's showing me something else.
He's showing you the.
Oh, I don't know. That's some kind of other part.
Is that a cell phone? What is that?
No, it's another part of it. He explained what it is, but I forget. He'll tell you.
Yeah, but there's audio on this that we're not playing.
There's audio.
Oh.
And that's watch how he puts the cover. Then he just screws the cover on. See? You'll see it. Ooh. And see, that thing, you can make it higher or lower.
What thing? Oh,
that's the
temperature?
Our temperature's like 120, 125.
Yeah.
We like it hotter. He's like, you can make it as hot as you want. So if we feel the water's not hot enough, we could just go ding, 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 ding.
I'll pop it to like, I may pop it to 130. It says 150 there, but we keep it at 125.
Yeah, and he was just doing different, different stuff. Yeah, whatever you want. You could pop it up before a shower and lower it too.
Oh, that's true too. Yeah, it
makes the hot water.
Yeah. So there it is. There is our brand new, ever so exciting hot water heater.
Well, I made the video for you, David.
Yeah, no, because I know nothing about these. I've got to unscrew this and do this and that and put the filter.
I was like,
Do we take the filter that's in there and clean it?
Yes.
Or do we
it's
have
like
to
a
get
dryer filter.
Oh, so we just wash it out.
It's like a tiny little dryer filter.
All right, that we can do. I hope. Yeah, I'm assuming. Yeah, but the interesting is, there's always one step forward, 2 steps back. 1 step forward, 2 steps. So, brand new hot water heater, which comes with the proviso that unlike our other one, which had a tank in it, this is a tankless because I have a tankless job. So tankless hot water heater means that you could run hot water all day. It will never stop being. You don't suddenly run out of water. You gotta wait 10 hours for the water to boil again, and then you can. No, it's like if you need hot water, there's hot water. Boom, all you need. But at the same time, if you just want hot water in the sink, you literally have to run the water for a minute before it starts even getting warm. Which is a little different from our old heater. We haven't run it for like half a minute. It's literally like you're standing there. It's like, okay, Right.
Why are you so like?
What?
You say, drink water or something.
It doesn't, doesn't help.
It should drink water. Seltzer.
Gotta cut the phlegm there. You know what I should drink? This will do it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a beverage. Now, this is a beverage you will not see in the liquor store, or I mean, you will see in the liquor store. This is a beverage that you assume you would see in a liquor store.
Do you want me to make you tea?
That'd be great, or especially when the guest comes on, that'd be great. This is something that you would assume you'd see in a liquor store in a low-rent neighborhood. And here it is. I had to try it. I had to get a can of this. Ladies and gentlemen, Liquid Death. This is a thing. They are marketing this. Liquid Death.
I think it's to get people to drink water. It's just water.
I know. That's the joke of it. That's the irony. It's sparkling and seltzer.
I think that they do it so that people drink water. Is there anything else in it?
No, it is carbonated, artesian, well water. It's water.
So maybe like it's not cool to drink water. But...
Well, how the fuck is it cool to drink something called Liquid Death? It's like, no, people. If we call it water, if we call it H2O seltzer, people will be turned off. But if we call it Liquid Death, then we're gonna get such customers. This boggles my. I mean, I get it. It's cute. It's something that I bought once for a novelty, and unless this water tastes appreciably different from Poland Springs and from I don't know who else makes water these days. Although there's different companies, and every supermarket makes its own bottle of water. I mean, it's water. It's a bottle of water for $2.50, right? But branding, Liquid Death, and you are right in the sense that for some reason people will find this appealing, in the sense that we got this in the mail just a day or two ago. Is this what is this? This is I'm assuming this is a perfume.
Blood. Yeah.
Or a body wash. This is a body wash.
Is this red? It's red. Oh.
It's red because they're calling it vampire blood.
Would you want to wash yourself in blood? Unless you're Carrie.
I would rather wash myself in real blood than some red goo, with probably scenting it called
vampire.
I don't know, of my enemy.
What was Carrie at the prom where she got all the blood, and you don't want that. Like, I'm sorry, that's...
But that's what they're alluding to, like Carrie, and in the movie Carrie, here was vampire blood.
A night to remember. I bet some awaken. Oh.
It's a body lotion moisturizing with shea butter and coconut oil.
Oh, good.
Something called vampire blood.
Good. At least it's a pretty smell, I guess.
But this is so beyond me, the marketing and what
maybe
people...
they think like they're goth kids. I don't know. I don't.
I mean, I can't even. I mean, I'm granted. When I was growing up, we would trade, instead of baseball cards, these things called garbage pail kids, which were these horrible and the Toxic Avenger things, where it was deliberately going against what would be normative in terms of pleasant marketing. Even what was it? Smucker's Jam. Yeah, that was the joke, and Saturday Night Live even made fun of it 50 years ago. Like, with a name like Smucker's, well, they couldn't have named it anything else. The family name was Smucker's, and so, you get this jar of stuff, and it's got, like, Smuck on it. And it's filled with Smuck. But it's peanut butter, Smucker's.
Smucker's is jam, not peanut butter.
Oh, I think they make both.
Really? I know Smucker's is jam.
Oh, yeah. But here's the deal. I mean, the name was so ugly to people that they...
Family name?
It must. Why else would you name it Smucker's?
I don't know.
And then there was, a few years later, Mother Focker's Peanuts. Remember that?
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, just like Mother Focker's Peanuts. And now anything goes. That's the thing. It's you can't even be a comedian anymore because life just rolls past you, and the things that you think, nobody would sell that, nobody would buy that. Oh, they're bottling water and calling it Liquid Death, and that is a sales marketing tactic. I mean, it's probably led to spectacular sales. We got this in Walgreens, this can of stuff. But here's something that I did like. Here's, I mean, I haven't opened this. Do you want to try this, babe? It's
no,
water.
No. Heck no. Oh, heck no.
It's seltzer water. It really is. It's seltzer water. But we also got.
Oh, heck no.
This came from. I don't even. So we both like cheese. My wife definitely likes cheese a lot more than I. She likes some of the heavier, not the veiny blue French cheeses. But you like brie and you like Gouda. Well, no, I like Gouda.
I like brie and I also like blue. I like
Blue,
cheese.
Yeah. I like the milder cheeses and the mozzarella. So we got this cheese thing that comes in the plastic packets that you can have individually, and they're tasty. They're yummy. But even they can't leave cheese alone. It's like I want a slice of cheese or a strand, one of those oblong pieces of cheese. Fine. I bought it. I know what it is. I know there's cheese in there, and I'm going to eat it. That's all I need. I don't need them to put this.
Oh, come on. She's so cute. It's for children.
She looks like ovaries. Look at it.
No, it means like some people twist the cheese, you see?
Oh, is that what they mean?
So they have different things that kids do with, like some people chew it, like you chew it. Some people take the string pieces off and they twist it. So some people do that so that they're saying, "Are you a Thelma twister? Like, do you twist this?"
She is twirly Thelma.
That's you twirl the cheese, yeah.
All right. I mean, I think it's obviously cute and funny, but it's like it's just it's kind of like, and I get this. There's an iced tea you sometimes get where you pop the top off the bottle and you can look under the cap and there's a cool saying there. And also like Tazo tea has, or one of those tea things has mottos and slogans on the. That's kind of, and it's a little touch. It's a nice, cute thing. It's like the only time back in the day that you got something like that was opening a fortune cookie in a Chinese restaurant. You have the meal. It's like, oh, a cookie. What? There's paper in it. What, they didn't take it out of the wrapping? Oh, let's see. Boom. And it gave you a message, an aphorism, some kind of prediction, right? And it was cool. Now, everything. I was like, open the top of a Snapple bottle. It was like, here's a funny joke. Open a cheese. And suddenly it's like, hi, I'm Twirly Thelma. Cereal packets have all these.
Well, it's to get the kids interested, you know.
I guess you're right. I guess it's a children's sort of a thing.
They put that in lunchboxes. It's a very common lunchbox food.
As opposed to vampire blood.
Oh, well, I'm very susceptible. Like, I was talking to people at work and they read very horrific books. I couldn't watch it. I can't watch, like.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there are things that even, because you like murder mysteries and things, there are things that I do not want to. What was that one with Bill and Elle?
Killing Eve. That one I liked.
It was supposed to be really, really good. The parts I saw were really, really good. But this woman was killing people in these unbelievably sadistic ways. I'm like, I don't need to watch this.
She's an assassin.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
assassins kill people.
Yeah, I would rather kill people in sadistic ways than watch people being killed in sadistic ways. That's more of my personality.
For me, like, I think that's why I'm having dreams and stuff, because I'm watching some weird stuff. Yeah.
Oh, maybe. So do you want to share your dream last night?
I had a dream you were bar crawling, but not for alcohol, for music, with a bunch of people I didn't know, but you knew them because you would refer to them by name. And I was like, how did it go? Maybe because I always ask you about theater. And you're like, the first one, man, it was really a nice place, but the music was bad. The second one, the music was awesome, but it was filled with cockroaches. And you're like, and you're like, it freaked out so and so. And you named the woman's name. I'm like, oh, she got upset. I knew her. Like, we both knew her. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, she got upset. So it was like you were sequentially listening to different types of music.
Which is okay. I've never pub crawled. No, I wouldn't want to, or music crawled either.
But you theater crawl.
Yeah, I mean, I've gone to theater festivals where I've seen 4 or 5 shows in a day. That's true. I've never been to Edinburgh, but if I were, from morning till night, show, I would do that. You're right. But did you Freudianize the cockroaches, what that represents in a dream? I'd be curious.
I'm in Facebook looking for Nomi.
Yeah.
What does it mean when you dream of music festivals and cockroaches? demonic activity. Oh, that's not good.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Cockroaches, negative emotions. That's all.
Aha. All right.
And then disgust, fear, unease. Right.
But is there any kind of transference because you weren't encountering the cockroaches? I was.
And then I'm going to say, what does it mean when you dream of your husband? Security, love, companionship.
Oh.
What does it mean when you dream of music events?
Mm-hmm.
Joy, happiness. So what is all that together?
Well, actually, Rabbi Saul wants to know, what does it mean when you dream of Gal Gadot naked?
No, that's different.
Is it different? Is it
I don't know what it means.
Yeah.
So you were enjoying life, celebration.
I was going to music. Yeah, I love music.
But then uncertainty was the cockroaches.
I think the music thing came because when you were going to the bathroom yesterday and coming in and out of the hallway, I was playing music.
Yeah.
A little louder than I usually play. I usually don't play it too loud. But maybe in the bathroom, in the toilet, while you were doing your business, you suddenly heard coming from my room whatever I was playing last night. I forget what I was listening to. I was trying to listen to some George Jones, but I'm not a country.
But I didn't hear the music. I don't know.
Oh, maybe not. Anyway, we have, oh my God, it's almost 9:30 in the morning, Eastern Time. I'm Dave Lefkowitz. You're watching Dave's Gone By, our 953rd episode of the program. You can find out more about this program by going to davesgoneby.com. DAVESGONE. Sing it, babe. There goes the Daverhood. There goes the Daverhood. Anyway, davesgoneby.com is our website where all our archives reside. They're free, and it's almost every program, almost every episode that we have ever done is up there. Whether it was the early radio programs or our internet audio programs, college radio stuff we did, all the way up till the last 6 or 7 years when we've been doing these Facebook Live broadcasts. If you missed any of them, just log on to davesgoneby.com, go in there, listen, stream, or download if you want. Plus, we put our archives at archive.org. We have a channel there. And our audio archives at castbox.fm, which is specifically for audio podcasts. So if you want to listen to us on the go without actually having to watch this face for 3 hours, then, just castbox.fm, download to your device, MP3.
You may want to check in and see if she...
Well, I'm just going to type, are you ready? Because it's almost 9:30. And I'm going to just,
Why don't you just bring her out from the waiting room, see if she's ready, and then you could bring her I'm confused. I'm trying to check both the postings. Some say 9:30, some say 10, so I'm confused. So I'm sure she might be too.
Yeah, but no, because I started writing to her, I said, if you're ready already.
She's like, I'm ready now, and then she's like 10, 9:30, so at all times. You might want to just...
Yeah, well, we'll see. Because I got to bring the rabbi in. Rabbi Saul Solomon.
Or why don't you first just see if she's ready?
And then go off.
If she's not ready...
Well, let's see. She hasn't responded, so all I can either do is admit or not admit. And you have the Facebook page up, so if she hasn't responded to that...
Yeah, maybe then leave it for 10 or what?
I don't know. Now I don't know. So I'm going to admit her.
Do you want to be dressed as Solomon? I mean, or have Saul come in?
Well, are you intimating? Are you? Because Rabbi, I will say, Rabbi Saul Solomon and I look a lot alike. We are so almost identical that my wife sometimes makes the mistake and thinks that Saul is just me dressed as an angry old Jew. But no, Rabbi Saul is his own idiom, his own thing. So you know what? If she's not ready, I'll bring Rabbi Saul in, and maybe he can do the Octopus book.
Okay.
So we'll figure out a way. Anyway, you're watching Dave's Gone By. Let's bring on the Judaism for you. Here is a bit of klezmer music to bring on, of course, the one, the only, the Jewish Rabbi Saul Solomon. By the way, do you know who Bibi Netanyahu met with Rabbi Saul right after Donald Trump? He did. Kamala wouldn't go near him, but Donald Trump met with Bibi, and Saul and Bibi I think they might have had some sexual thing going on. I'm not. Saul is usually straight, but I don't even know where the hell I'm going with that. Let's go to some klezmer. Anoint me with borscht! Diddle, 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 die! Hey! Diddle, die, die, diddle, die! Oh boy! Hey! Oh, shalom, my friends. Shalom to all of you. This is your old pal, Rabbi Saul Solomon, founder and spiritual leader of Temple Sons of Bitches in Great Neck, New York. And oh, how much fun we're going to have talking to a guest in the Daverhood on this Shabbos morning. It is, what day is it? It's July 27, 2024. So if you roll back the years, roll back the calendar and go to the 60s. Ooh, the swinging. What is that? And we go to the swinging 60s and to the movies. You know, everybody loves the movies. Our guest coming to the Daverhood in a little bit is someone who fell in love, kind of like you see the girls back in the 1920s, 30s, they read Photoplay magazine, they read the movie magazines, they want to be in Hollywood, they want to be these starlets, and so, without turning into harlots. And ladies and gentlemen, here's someone who turned into almost a Hollywood starlet, because she was blonde, she was hot, she got the boobs, she got the things, so she starred in a movie, but it didn't quite go according to Hoyle, and so she moved on to other things, to playwriting, and more recently to writing books even. So, ladies and gentlemen, won't you welcome to the Daverhood a woman who at one point was called Carol Holland, but she's actually Carol Hollenbeck. That's her non-Hollywood, more Jewishy name, but she's not Jewish. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome a big shalom to Carol Hollenbeck. Shalom, Carol.
Hi, can you hear me? Because it says mute up there.
Oh, no, if you hit that, you will mute yourself, but right now you're unmuted.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Yeah, and you sound perfect. You look great. How are you?
I'm okay. Ready to go.
Good. This is good. This is exciting. So, first of all, let's get the plugging and the pushing.
Absolutely.
Tell us about your book.
My book here. Okay. All right. Here we have A Moment of Blonde Madness, which is a novel. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. You're right. A Moment of Blonde
Always right. Yes.
And you're absolutely right about that too, I'm sure. Yes, A Moment of Blonde Madness. It's a novella. You can buy it on any of the Amazon, Barnes and Noble, whatever. And it's a novel about. It's a kind of it's in the category of mystery, stalking, suspense, very suspense. I got a great review in the Wall Street Times online several weeks ago, which called Carol Hollenbeck delivers chilling 1970s thriller. So it's a thriller. That's what I have to tell you.
Now, I have to ask one question because I'm a little confused. A lot of your previous materials on the web mention something called True Blondes.
True Blondes. Oh, yes, darling. Thank you for bringing that up.
Yes.
That is also on Amazon. That's a novel that I wrote several years ago, which is still up there. And it's on my website, too, carolhollenbeck.com. And along with Moment of Blonde Madness. This is the one that is recent. This just came out April 3rd, coincidentally on my father's birthday. I don't know. You're a higher power person. Maybe you know something about that.
I'll ask him. I'll ask him.
I've been trying to figure it out. It was weird. But anyway, this is A Moment of Blonde Madness. It's a suspense thriller. And if you like it, I understand from people, it's a page turner. It really is. So I'm just hoping somebody would do a Lifetime movie out of it. Because that's what it is. It's basically a Lifetime movie.
But let me ask you, Carol Hollenbeck, what is it, even going back to childhood? I mean, I know as a male, as a person with straight testosterone coursing through his veins, what it is about blondes. But what is it for you that you've been obsessed on some level with blondiness since, almost forever?
No, you are absolutely right. You did homework or what?
Yes, I did.
Amazing. I don't know what happened, but I honestly think I came into the world with this thing. And then it became, my childhood was wrapped up in movie magazines and movies and going on Saturday afternoon and stuff. Westerns, no, my father, but the MGM musicals, all the great stars. I love to see like Betty Grable and June Haber. And I mean, that's how I go back. I mean, I'm really going back, but it was just, to me, that was what, and to see them, they're blonde. And, I read this book on blondes. It's called Blonde. I don't want to get, whatever. It's a long time ago. It's the history, not about the women. It's the history of the hair. And of course, it's been,
Now, were you an actual,
yes,
hairdresser?
This is it.
Yeah.
I was born a towhead, and now that I'm older, I don't do my hair at all because it comes out this way. But it's something that, okay, then I clicked on to all of the, it was just something comforting about the blonde hair that, and when I started out, I knew that I had something. I knew that I had something because people kept telling me, "Oh, what you're a young Marilyn Monroe, or you're this or that." And then I won a beauty contest in my hometown of Newburgh, New York, which is where Mindy is. Mindy's from Newburgh. Mindy lives in Newburgh.
She's talking about Mindy Fradkin, our guest last week in the Daverhood. Yes.
So I decided to have color on because but anyway, and that's where I was. That's where I grew up, and I became fascinated with like going to the movies. And then I did a film back in the 60s. I was a Hollywood starlet.
All right. Let's slow it down a little bit because you're getting to the
I am. Okay.
So were you a model or anything? Were you trying to be an actor? Were you doing anything or?
No, I actually, this is the truth. I had relatives in Hollywood. I went to Hollywood not to be an actress, to be a movie star. That's the bottom line. That's the truth. It's not just funny, it's the real truth. I said, there's no way I'm going to get a contract. I'm going to this. In those days they signed contracts. However, when I did go to Hollywood, a lot of things fell into place. And I said, oh my God, look at this. I don't even have to sit on a drugstore stool, but Lana Turner got discovered. And there it was, everything was coming to me. People on the street, they grabbed me to go do, and today I wouldn't go, but today, a woman said to me, do you want, you a model, you're an actress? I said, yes, whichever you want. And she said, well, come with me. Well, today it would be difficult for me to think about going with somebody like that. You never know. Okay. So I went down to the studio and I ended up doing a television commercial with Audie Johnson from Laugh-In. Just like that, walking on the street. Then I ended up in Las Vegas, a showgirl in a Julia Prowse show called Irma La Douce. So things were like happening, and then I did little soap opera stuff. And then I got what I thought was my big break. I got to do a film called Eden Cried, and we shot it there in a couple of weeks, low budget. I call it today a spoof on the beach party flicks, and
originally it wasn't intended to be a spoof. It was supposed to be more of a serious film when it came out.
Absolutely. You know a lot. It was definitely. And then they decided that the Walter Reed organization took over, and it was not a good film. And they decided to build it up, have a local hometown premiere. So they sent me back to Newburgh, and they had a red carpet treatment. I had a street named after me for 2 weeks.
Right. Hey,
I was taken everywhere. And but there was something very dissatisfying about it, because I knew I had just been through a lot in Hollywood with the casting couch stuff. And I didn't have, that had nothing to do with Eden Cried, and I knew, and from the film, that it wasn't, I felt it wasn't going to be my big break because it wasn't that good. And so after I didn't even attend, I stayed outside and just mingled with people while the movie was on, and I went out with everybody, but I was feeling it inside. This is not for me. And I went back to Hollywood with my tail between my legs kind of thing. And then the casting couch reared its head. And I just thought, I don't think I can do this anymore. So I came back to upstate and I said, I'm going into New York to become an actress, not a movie star.
But let me ask you also about that, because you've alluded to this in other interviews, this idea of the like, was every single audition you were being asked to do in a producer's office, Harvey Weinstein, 5 o'clock, and he's wearing a towel, what?
No, I didn't know Harvey Weinstein. I escaped that one. No, I mean, as I said, Eden Cried, I did not get through any casting couch. I didn't do it. And the Irma la Douce at the Riviera Hotel with Julia Prowse, absolutely legit. The commercial,
because it was theater.
The commercial.
This was a musical. All the people playing on were gay. They didn't want you.
Well, I was a showrunner, but and also the TV commercial was definitely legit.
Right. Okay.
Everything was, and so you see, my dilemma was it's turning into the casting couch thing, and then so
Were you ever tempted? Were you ever thinking, you know what, if I give a little, one BJ will get me a role that'll pay my bills for half a year? Or no, you're not going to go there?
Well, I did have a manager who wasn't, who helped me keep my head together, kind of, and didn't insist on me doing that. He wasn't going to be a pimp. So, but I did have a very interesting experience, if you want to hear about that, is I was getting, when they were doing the Jean Harlow, which I'm also in this book, by the way.
Right. You didn't write this book, but this book is about.
Yeah.
You're right.
Dueling Harlows. There's Carol Baker, Carol Lindley on the cover. Mm-hmm. I'm a friend of Carol Baker's. I love her dearly. She is a great human being.
By the way, not to name check or log roll, but Blanche Baker, her daughter, has been on this program. So yes.
Blanche Baker's lovely. I have dinner with them sometimes, and she's a wonderful person.
Yes.
Here you have me. Oh, I'm sorry. In the Dueling Harlows, when I was being considered for the Carol Lindley Harlow, not Carol Baker Harlow, right. And I didn't get it. And but I had been doing a lot of campaigning for it. I had a big press thing going on. I even ended up in Hedda Hopper's column that vote. I'll show it to you 1 second. Vote Carol Holland for Jean Harlow. And anyway, my point being that I'm not going to look for it now. I don't want to take up the time. My point being that I had a ballot, and actually 20th Century Fox got a lot of voting for me to ballots. Hedda Hopper put me in the column. At the same time, somehow I attracted somebody who was shelling, is that the word? Somebody like Maxwell, who was Epstein's procurer.
Well, I saw like a Ghislaine Maxwell back.
I had a woman doing that, was stalking me and calling all the time to my manager's office. So one day he says to me, I said, I didn't know anything about this. He said, we've got to find out who this is, because she keeps calling and calling. And it turns out he contacted the FBI and the FBI knew who the guy was that she was procuring for. And they said, we've been wanting to get him. He's on the FBI list. So I did a little undercover work for him. I mean, for that, I did a little undercover work. I'm sorry to say I was 22 years old. I was scared to death, but we had a meeting with the guy from the FBI and he wanted to set me up and I was scared. I said, I don't want to do it, but I did go so far as to try to meet with this man and they were going to be in another car behind me. So what happened is I wish it had been me today, but anyway, what happened is we drove somewhere up in the Hollywood Hills. Behind me was the car with my manager in it and FBI guy. And I was in another car with somebody else driving. And we get up there and there's this big looking like warehouse. And I don't know what's going on. I mean, I get up and I know that I'm pretty safe somewhere behind me is, and he ushers me into this, like, looks like a warehouse, ushers me into this huge building. And he stands there and up in the balcony, it's not anything elegant or glamorous, up in the balcony, this guy comes out and he says to him, this is Carol Holland that you want to see. Well, but I must tell you, she has people in a car waiting for her. Well, that guy took off, ran down the stairs like a bat out of hell, and he left. And I don't know where he is, and I don't even know if they ever got him because I was so scared.
Oh my God! At least you had the guts, you had the moxie. I'm surprised they didn't make you wear. Were you wearing a wire?
No.
Yeah. Oh, they didn't do that. I guess.
Wait a minute. I'm not sure. You know, I was so upset with it, and I really feel today that I would love to know more about that event because I would love to write about it. But so far, it's just 1, 2, 3, driving, meeting him for lunch, driving up, doing that, going like this, going like that, and then no, she's got people. Boom, he runs out of the place.
Actually, maybe from the Freedom of Information Act, the FOIA, have you contacted the FBI?
I've been trying to find out. It was, you know what comes to mind? I've been trying to find out in the 60s, a very well-known pimp, obviously, Von Purge something. And anyway, that being said, it was a frightening experience that turned out to be okay. But I always felt bad that I never really, you know, would have liked to have got a hold of this guy. He had also, through him, I'd been sent to producers' offices, but they didn't do anything. I just sat there and they were like, I think, because she had made, and that's when he contacted the FBI because she did make a couple appointments for me to see producers. Right. And this was all the front because they were going to take me to Saudi Arabia or someplace because I was blonde and blue-eyed. They wanted me bad.
Wow.
And
so let me ask you, when you left Hollywood to get away from all that, which I can see is a frightening experience, how was it going back to New York? Did you try and get into the off-Broadway and the Broadway circuit, or were you, at that point, what did you do?
Well, I came back and I went, I moved into the city and but I lived 60 miles away. I moved into the city and I always got apartments and always was reasonable. I always got a place to stay, always was reasonable in the 70s. I'm sorry. It was the 70s when I came back. And so there was never a hassle about that. However, I got managed. I managed to get managed by a top agent. And his name was Bobby Sanford. And he was in the Sardi building. And he actually had a house up in New Windsor near Newburgh. And that's how he found out about me. And I had done the movie, I had this. So he actually signed me and I really liked him. I liked him and his wife. He said he was going to make a star out of me. Well, he passed away.
Okay.
So I know I'm sob story. He said, you'll have to find somebody else to make it. But I never did. I ended up just doing a lot. I did a lot of off-Broadway. Yes, I did.
Did you really? Oh, tell us about some of the off-Broadway shows you did.
I did a hysterical one about two shopping bag ladies that live in Penn Station. called Lead Me Not into Penn Station. And that was about,
Like Title.
yeah, like back in the day, they were showgirls or something. And hell, I was young. And I was playing this weird. And I did a few I did an off-Broadway play that a reporter from the Daily News wrote. I did a lot of things and some little things in films. And Bobby Sanford had got me on soap operas a little bit before he died. And yeah, that was sad. I met Burgess Meredith through him. I met Frederick March, Patty Chayefsky.
Well, tell us something. Do you have any memories of meeting these? I mean, you say you met these people. Any stories? Yeah. Any anecdotes? Any memories of people like Patty Chayefsky?
Oh, I do have a memory.
What?
I don't know if I want to share that.
Yes, you do. You want to share it?
No, he
what?
was.
What? No, because if you read the book about Bob Fosse, Chayefsky is a big part of that
yes, he
huge
is.
biography. And so he comes off as a very good guy. Did he what? Did he hit on you? What's your
Yes, he did. Yeah, he did.
So
and not only hit on me, he drove up to a hotel in the Newburgh area and said, "Shall we go in?" And I said, "You're married." No, I don't think so. And he had been, he used to come up to Newburgh on the weekends, and he had a wife. She was, I don't want to say too much. This is good, but I didn't know her that well. But I felt funny, after I've been in her company, and now he's hitting on me. And so I said nicely that I didn't want to go into the hotel or whatever. And my manager, Bobby Sanford, said, "Don't whatever you do. I want to tell you, don't let him. Well, I won't tell you what he said because it could cost me a lawsuit. But they had a love-hate relationship. Sanford and Chayefsky had a love-hate relationship. That I know. And in fact, at the memorial service when Bobby died, I got mad at Patty Chayefsky. He wasn't nice.
All right.
And he wasn't nice to me because after.
Well, you spurned his sperm, so yes.
I did. So after that, and I didn't think anything. I have to tell you, I came from Newburgh and sort of a half-ass country girl. And I was like very naive in many ways. And when I wouldn't go on with him to whatever, it ended up, I didn't even think anything of it. One day I'm in the city and I decide to go to his office. Well, my dear, you would have thought I got into Fort whatever it is where I was trying to steal gold. I knocked on he screamed at me and yelled and terribly things to get out. He was not nice. That's all I have to say.
All right.
I don't have.
Not every celebrity, not every great writer is a nice person, and then we tell the stories because a whole mix of who they are and who they're not. So, do you have a Frederick March story?
Frederick March was lovely. I met him in this office, and he gave me a picture of himself. I just met him. Burgess was a little standoffish, Burgess Meredith, but he was a good guy. He was a good actor. Bobby managed all those people, and he even managed Tim Novak. I was in very good company, and then he passed away. So,
right. So, how are you supporting yourself? Because you're doing these small plays. They sound off.
Oh, you mean during that time?
Yeah, during the 70s and 80s and 90s and
yes.
10s. Yeah.
I did a lot of different things. I did a lot of work, like, regular work type, temporary work, temp work and stuff. Because I always thought, well, my big break is going to come.
You still felt, even after leaving Hollywood, you still felt, in your 30s, 40s, 50s, you thought,
but I didn't.
Around the corner.
Yeah, you're right. I did a lot of off-Broadway, and actually in Hollywood too. I was called into the Regis Philbin had taken over the Steve Allen show, and when I was up for the Harlow thing, he called me in his office and he said, "Another sob story." But I don't care. He said, you're going to, we got everything ready for you. If a phone call doesn't come through, you're going to go on national TV tonight dressed as Jean Harlow. So I sat there, wonderful. Well, the phone rang, and Joseph Levine had just signed Carol Baker, and he said, I'm sorry.
And
Another bad story. So
Regis Philbin. Oh, damn it. Oh, damn it.
No, he wasn't. I didn't have it. Just I always wanted to, meet him and tell him that story.
Well, let me ask you, when did you start writing plays?
I was doing a lot of ushering in the Broadway theater too. I did a lot of that. So I could, and it was nice. I had at first, when I started part-time with the ushering, it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of good time. Moved to the, down to the hubbub of all of the showbiz, which is Midtown Manhattan Hell's Kitchen.
Sure.
I'm in Manhattan Plaza.
Oh, no, is that where you literally live?
Yeah, I've been here 40 years, yeah.
I just recently, the producer of this program, Dave, went to Broadway to see, and there's a musical there, of course, called Hell's Kitchen.
Oh, yes. Alicia Keys grew up here.
Yeah. Have you seen it?
I have. No, I'm going to see it. No, I met Tennessee Williams here. We spent an evening at Curtain Up drinking together. And I wrote about it, and it ended up in the newspaper. They published it. My evening with Tennessee Williams. It was lovely. And
stop. Tell us a memory, an anecdote of your evening. Since you wrote about it, it must have been something more than, we just sat there and talked about it.
No. Oh, no.
Tell me.
Well, he had been, there was a woman called Olive Deering that used to hang around Sardi's and everything. She was always stalking Tennessee. She did all the biblical films, like 10 Commandments and everything. And she was kind of alcoholic. She lived she had stringy hair. She looked like a shopping bag lady. She used to but she was a star. A big Alfred Ryder was her brother or something. Olive Deering and Tennessee actually wrote a play about them. But so she kept looking for him because she would get money from him.
Oh,
so that's
because he's not going to be interested. But
I was with her in the Curtain Up, and he came in, and I know then somehow he got rid of her, and then we were talking, and he was telling me how she's constantly, after him and everything. So and so we just talked about a lot of different things. He said I had a great face for the theater, and we talked about animals, and he talked about his cat Sebastian. And I talked about my love for animals and stuff. And then we talked about theater and stuff. But I stopped and I just froze. And for quite a while, and he kept looking at me, what's the matter? I said, I can't believe I'm sitting here talking to you, Tennessee Williams, having a regular, I can't believe this. I couldn't get over it. So then he said I was one of his, poor souls, one of his poor souls.
All right.
I mean, that's a compliment somewhere, right? And so once in a while,
a hand compliment, yeah, well.
And I used to be in the Curtain Up a lot, and once in a while, he would send some of these young guys in the Curtain Up after they've seen him, and I don't think whatever. And he'd say, "You go look for my poor son, Carol in the Curtain Up," and they'd come in and say, "Tennessee said we're supposed to see you." It was funny. It was so fun.
I get the feeling you were on some level maybe amused again, because you fit into sort of the type of woman that he was always writing about.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he said. Yeah.
So did he ever mention any specific play that you maybe were not the direct?
No, I said I worked on Blanche a little bit in acting classes, but
no, the other way around. Did he ever tell you in one of his later plays or his one-act plays that there's a little of you in this particular character?
No.
No.
We had that one evening, and I'm sorry I don't have the article here in front of me because I could have read some more stuff that we talked about because I don't recall. It was all published in the Clinton Chronicle.
Sure.
It was published my evening, and I don't have it, so
No, it's
I'm
fine,
just
it's
going
fine.
from memory. But it was a wonderful evening, and then he moved out, and that was one of his worst mistakes he could make, is moving away from here. And he loved being in the 10th Avenue building because of the pool. It was the health club, and he could just go down the elevator. And I lived in 9th Avenue. But yeah, he was some fabulous guy. I mean, a nice person. That I will tell you, a nice person.
Who's another nice person that we would know of that you've dined and supped with or acted with?
Oh well, you probably know her husband more, Gordon McRae. You know Gordon McRae. His wife Sheila McRae was my best friend, and she did nightclubs and stuff, and she did a lot of. You know, like Marilyn Michaels. You remember Marilyn Michaels?
Marilyn Michaels has been on this program, so yes.
Wonderful. She loves Sheila, and I know that because and a friend of mine says, "Oh, we have to get together. Marilyn wants to talk to you about Sheila and stuff." But you know, Sheila died in 2014, and Sheila and I went to Sardi's. We had our own table. We went to 21. We went to a lot of places. Went to theaters. We went to screenings together. She was like a family to me, and I'm still friendly with Heather, her daughter, and all. And she was wonderful. I met Celeste Holm, Jane Powell, which I'm into. And if you know,
well, I mean, our viewership is a little older than 15. So a lot of people are watching this going, "Oh God, Celeste! Oh my God, Joe Powell!" You know.
Yeah, well, the thing is this, that I'm definitely only interested in the golden era of Hollywood. That's because I was going to get to when we were talking about the blonde thing. That to me, and I'm with Gloria Swanson. They had faces back then. Now today it's the cookie cutter. Oh, who do you look? Did your nose? You know, they may be good actors. I'm sorry, they don't have it. They don't have it. You don't have Hepburn. You don't have Crawford. You don't have Marilyn. You don't have Kim. You don't have Humphrey Bogart. I'm sorry, you got nothing. I'm sorry. That's the way I feel.
All right, okay. I'm not a fan. It's not like I'm up there. It's not like I'm Tom Cruise appearing in $200 million movies.
No, Tom Cruise is a different category. When I talk about the golden era of Hollywood that I love, and whenever I see that Hollywood sign, I melt. But you can take the Hollywood today and wipe it off. I don't care about it. But I would look at that Hollywood sign and melt still. But I'm not interested in the stars today. There are no stars today. The stars had faces. They had different individual faces.
I think stars. I mean, come on. You can tell Anne Hathaway from Scarlett Johansson. They have different.
Well, yeah, but you're getting into semantics here. I'm talking about the now I am part of that era because I was in that. So there I am in the Dueling Harlows. That was about Jean Harlow. So that makes me part of the golden era of Hollywood.
Now let me ask you: did you ever, in your own personal life, did you ever settle down? Were you ever married? Did you ever have a
no? No.
Because you were pursuing stardom, or you just never met the person? Into the
the people that I chose in my life, thank God I didn't marry them. Oh, please. I'd be divorced up to my who know what.
All right. That's again.
It's like ridiculous. I mean, one alcoholic after another, or this or that, or I mean, no, no.
So let me spin that to you were writing these plays, and
yes,
one act plays for the Samuel.
Yes.
How did it come to actually writing a novel and now a novella? When did you go with a longer form?
Oh, that's interesting because I went with the longer. I started in a group in our building here on playwriting. I started with Arthur Coppett, who taught the plays.
Oh my God, Arthur, the guy who wrote Wings?
Wait a minute. The plays. Yes. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, no, he wrote some
You're
brilliant.
right again.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
God.
And he wrote something else with a funny closet or something. Somebody's
Dad, poor Dad. Mama's
yeah, Georgia, yes,
and
yes.
I'm feeling so
Yeah.
bad. Yeah.
We were invited as residents. He taught here through the university. He taught in our building and we were invited as residents, as actors, to become readers for his students. And what happened is I got into the writing, and then when he left, John Guare took over. So I went to John Guare's workshop for a little while, and then I went out. I met August Wilson, and who I was ushering the show, and August and I got talking when Ma Rainey's back in town, and then he ended up going to the Curtain Up with me and telling me about exercises for writing. I was just like, I need to know maybe something. So I learned through all these people. But
you learned from some of the most important playwrights of the 20th century, for crying.
Yes, I know. Except that August Wilson wasn't nice to me because because he was interested in me in a different way than Coppett wasn't and John Guare, but August Wilson was interested in me, a little bit more, and it didn't happen. So when I did see him again, he just acted like he didn't know me. So, but anyway, he did give me some pointers along with other.
Well, he wanted to give you a very different pointer, but he gave you good ideas about the script. Did you learn anything from John Guare? What did you learn from him? He's the guy who wrote 6 Degrees of Separation.
I learned a lot. Well, he was on the style of Arthur Coppett because he took over for him.
Yeah.
The most thing I learned is how to start a play, how to get involved in it. And it was like one sentence. And I started my first one act play with, "Did you bring it?" And that was it. And it went on from there. And it worked beautifully. So I use it in other things. Or Upstate Morning, where the body's missing, and they're waiting for it, and everything it's a comedy. Everything gets confused.
Yeah.
That script turned into a screenplay, and that also was handled by Leo Bookman, who was a top agent. And guess what? He dropped it after telling me he was
he dropped dead, but he dropped it.
No, he dropped it. He dropped it. He had told me it was a package deal, and it was a star pack, and it was a funny script. And then he ended up dropping. So I've had my ups and downs, but I keep going.
So are you still writing plays?
No, I'm promoting. I'm promoting Moment of Blonde Madness, and I'm promoting the Harlows, and I'm doing a monologue this Wednesday this coming Wednesday, July 31st, in our building. It's called the Six Characters in Search of an Author. And I'm doing that. I'm doing my Broadway baby monologue when I was ushering, and it's very funny. And then
August. So is it the Pirandello thing, or completely nothing to do with Pirandello?
Wow. No, nothing. It's just a play on words with Pirandello.
All right.
And then the August 6th is when Tom Lisanti is coming, and we got the soap opera women from Ryan's Hope that are going to read, and we got a new book on Bette Midler. The writer's coming for that.
So let me ask you: is this open only to people at Manhattan Plaza?
No, honey. I wish you would come. Bring whoever you want.
Oh, did it kosher catering? Because that's important. How do people find out? Do they just go to ManhattanPlaza.com, or how do they do? What do they do? How do they find out about these things?
Well, I'll have to send you. I don't have your email, do I?
It's fine. But
August 6th, 7:00. It's the second floor. It's on a Tuesday. The Ellington Room of Manhattan Plaza is going to be Babes, Soap, Babes, Blondes, and Soap and Bed, something like that. Babes, Blondes, Soap and Bed. So
at least 2 of the 4. So
2 actresses from Ryan's Hope are going to read from Tom's book. Tom and I are going to do a little bit from Dueling Harlows, where I'm in it. And I'm going to read from Moment of Blonde Madness.
There you go.
And then the guy who has the Bette Midler book, he's going to read from the Bette Midler book.
Oh, that's right. But also, what's happening on the 31st is you doing a monologue of your own stuff.
I'm doing a monologue called Broadway Baby.
Yeah.
I'm going to read it. Yeah, read it. It's yeah, I did it at the West Bank. You know, the West Bank.
Are you going to help try and keep the West Bank going? You heard about
that?
Well,
I'm getting very good news about it. We're getting very good news about the West Bank.
For
They're
people
busier than they've ever been.
But here's the deal. This is kind of funny, actually. The West Bank Cafe, which has been the staple of the Hell's Kitchen area and near Theater Row.
Yeah.
For cabaret people and some theaters done there, and it's a local bistro where people have eaten for years and years in the theater community. And of course, they can't pay their rent, and they don't have money. So they're doing up a GoFundMe page, which is lovely. It's like, can you save this? And they've raised, at least 2 days ago, I checked, it's like $24,000. But they're trying to raise $850,000. So it's like 24K, almost $1 million. It's like, really? I mean,
well, you know, right before the pandemic, they raised over 300,000.
All right.
Going.
All right, but if it's good news, it's got to be some incredibly rich, generous person.
Well, there was, I heard a rumor a billionaire had been talking to them.
There you go. That's what it'll take.
Now, when
Miranda is like, I saved the drama bookshop. Maybe this place too, you know.
Oh, you're very good. You're very, yeah.
Very
yeah, but I know also, I did the Broadway Baby monologue at the West Bank in the 90s, late night Saturday night comedy, and Louis Black directed me.
Oh my, do you have any memories of Louis Black, the
comedian? Oh, he's a nice person. I love him. I saw him the other day. He's great. He's nice. Yeah, I saw him in the bagel place. We have a new.
What was he like as a director before he was famous?
He's good. He's good. He, he directed I auditioned for them. I auditioned my monologue. It runs 9 minutes, and he loved it. So then he directed me, and he put me on 3 Saturday nights, and then that was it. And then nothing happened. So I moved on to other things. Like I said, I've nominated 3 times in the Samuel French one-act play because I kept, writing, and the plays were being done all over. One-acts were being done all over off Broadway. Sure. And then I have a hometown premiere, which is based loosely on my my experience with my hometown movie premiere, which was done at the Ritz Theater in Newburgh. 2017, they did sponsored a reading of it. And they acknowledged me once again, my hometown.
Nice.
Yeah, it is. For a person who didn't become a star, my hometown doesn't care. They still like me.
Maybe they like you because you didn't become a star. You didn't become a diva. So, I didn't come from Newburgh. I came from Idaho. You never know with that. Yeah.
So, we just keep moving along. Oh, Eden cried. Here, I want you to see this.
Oh, please, yes.
This was the poster for the movie. Oh, I didn't finish the story on that. I'll tell you.
Yeah,
you love this story. This movie, as you see right here, I have it on a mouse pad. I have it on, it's on 24. I get no money because of 6. It's on coffee cups on Amazon, my picture, my name. It's on hoodies. It's on t-shirts. All of this, my freaking pictures all over the place. I happen to buy all the stuff too.
You're the one keeping them in business, and you hate your movie. You used to but you don't want to see it.
Oh yeah. That I'm going to quickly tell you. What happened is it went missing. And actually, Tom did a Cinema Retro article on me about the missing film. It went missing for almost 5 decades. I didn't even want to see it, didn't want to hear about it, nothing. I hated everything about it. And then one day I hear somebody say, I found your film. I said, what film? He even cried. Oh, it's on sinistercinema.com. What? Oh my God. And then I got a copy. We showed it around. I'm telling you what they did. They changed it. they put a narrator in. And it's like, do you remember the Mystery Science films where they had two people sitting and people like, it's like that. And I love it. I adore it. It is so stupid and corny because it's about the beach party days, the beach party films, and it's hysterical.
There you
And
go.
I'm the star of it. And I want to make it a cult classic. I've been trying to. I might, it's just, and they put it in cinema retro. It's just adorable.
Well, look, it's happening. It's gone from being a completely lost and despised film to a cult curiosity that's getting mugs and hoodies on Amazon. So
mugs and yeah, and it came out that people like it. We had in the Ellington room, I showed it twice. First time we had a very big house. The second time, standing room only came to see my film. Standing room only was wonderful, just wonderful. And who hated it, and I told them, don't ever mention this movie to me. Don't even talk about it. I threatened my family. If you go out and talk about that movie, I did. I'll walk away from you. And now I love it. I embrace it. It is wonderful. It is so silly. It's so corny. We got a guy playing the lead who was 35 then, and he was playing a 17-year-old.
Yeah.
So
that was like, actually fairly typical for the time. But yeah. I mean, it sounds like I gotta see this movie, and people have to see this woman, Carol Hollenbeck. She's going to be at Manhattan Plaza on the 31st. That's just a couple of days. What is that, Wednesday?
Yeah, next Wednesday. But also August 6th, because Tom LaSanta's with me, and I love Tom, and I want it. And he wrote the book Dueling Harlows, and I'm in it. But I'm going to read. See, I'm reading from my book on August 6th, A Moment of Blonde Madness.
And people can get A Moment of Blonde
Madness. They can get it on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, or whatever. And I'll have books. I'll have a few books to sell.
Wonderful.
I sell it for 10. On Amazon, it's 14.
So they just go right to her. What is her website again? Can we give that?
www.carolhollenbeck.com.
Carol Hollenbeck.
And by the way, I might be Jewish too. I got to do my ancestry.
Oh, well, what makes
you're adorable. I love you. I love you.
What makes you think? I got to ask before we let you go.
Because in 2019, I went back to California because I simply wanted to see something. Their whole area there called Hollenbeck Park, Hollenbeck Lake. Actually, it was in Chinatown where they talked about Hollenbeck River, and they had Hollenbeck Park. They have Hollenbeck Bridge, and Hollenbeck House, and blah blah blah. So, make a long story short, they said, "Oh, don't go down there. It's the drive-by shootings or whatever." But my friend and I had the car, and we went to Hollenbeck Park, and it was just beautiful and amazing. And they had the Hollenbeck police station and everything. So I'm sitting there with somebody who lived in the building, and he just came out and he said, "Do you know that the Hollenbecks were Jewish?" I said, "I didn't know that." Thought I was Dutch.
Right, exactly. Hollenbeck. It doesn't sound.
And that's why I changed the. And that's so make it long. I did not do ancestry, but then I found out that there was an Ernie Hollenbeck in the Holocaust. I don't know. That was.
It's funny how you can't mention Jewish and then 10 seconds you got to mention the Holocaust.
I'm so sorry.
It's together like peanut butter and jelly.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
but no,
it's fine. It's
the connection. But then I did go to the and John Hollenbeck married a German Jewish woman from Germany. So
maybe you might do the spit thing. Go to the DNA. Pay the $20.
I like all things Jewish. So
good. If you love movies, you love the theater, right? And you hung out with Tennessee Williams, a Fagler, you're Jewish. Come on.
I love this. I love this. Hey, one day.
We love you, Carol. We love Carol Hollenbeck. Go to carolhollenbeck.com. Go see her in Manhattan Plaza. And we thank you so much for joining us in the Daverhood. We want to wish you much, much more writing, much success, and shalom to you.
Shalom to you. I'll have a glass of what is wine?
Manischewitz, make it Manischewitz.
Manischewitz.
The
I
good-
love you. I love you. You're great.
Bob
Have
Bunion.
you on again sometime. You're fun. I
Yeah.
enjoyed this. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Oh boy, wasn't that wonderful? Wasn't that delightful? Carol Hollenbeck. Oh, how much fun we have had with her in the Daverhood today. Playwright, novelist, novellaist. Not sure what you call someone who writes novellas, but it's close enough. Actress, person who stay off the casting couch. Honestly, for the right role, there are things I would do. Yeah, I wouldn't even want Hashem to see. But anywho, I am Rabbi Sal Solomon. And you know what? I was thinking of going away, but let me take a few minutes to do something completely different. Or as Monty Python would say, and out for something completely different. Because one of the things that we do on this program is called story time. We tell stories, but not our own, because we're too lazy to write our own material. Ladies and gentlemen, a couple of weeks ago, I was reading to you from the delightful book, Secrets of the Octopus, by Cy Montgomery, who, by the way, is a girl. So it says probably Cyrilene, or whatever her name is. Anywho, we want to read a little bit more of this book, because the pictures are amazing of the beautiful octa creatures. Look at it, look at that, look at him. And it's also very good writing too. So let's read a little bit more from Secrets of the Octopus on Storytime.
Tell me a story, tell me a story, tell me a story, remember what you said. You promised me, you said you would, you gotta give in, so I'll be good. Tell me a story, then I'll go to bed.
Oh yes, we're talking about, we were reading about 2 or 3 weeks ago from this book of this woman who is saying that she communed with, she found this octopus in the thing, Athena, there she is, look at her, oh, and she just felt a certain kinship, a beauty of this Boston Aquarium octopus. So, and she got almost a little disturbingly sensual in terms of describing the slime of the octopus's touch and all that. So of course I want to go further with this. Let's see what else. Let's try another chapter of Secrets of the Octopus. Okay, here we go. Let's try this one. Oh, what is it, all one chapter? What the hell's wrong with this book here? Masters of Camouflage. This should be good. This is nice. All right, let's try this. Here we go. Shape Shifters of the Sea. Let's hear about how octopuses are careful and avoid predators from blending in. Because, I wonder where there's an octopus in this photograph. I see some gravel and I see some green things growing. No octopus here. Can't see it at all. Anywho, in the shallows of the Caribbean Sea, a clump of unremarkable brownish-green algae sways lifelessly in the current, which is all right. There's a contradiction already, because if it's swaying, it's not lifeless. So that's you might want to rework that sentence. Inches above the sandy bottom, and if you've ever had a sandy bottom, you know how irritating that can be, a small cigar-shaped fish glides by, U-turns, and swims back. It's the sort of scene that most divers and snorkelers, seeing something more interesting like a sea turtle, a shark, a shoal of neon bright parrotfish, would swim past without a second glance. Abruptly, the landscape shifts. A section of the middle third of the algae shifts, brightens, billows. Mottled brown blanches white on the ruffled surface. This is what's in my head. The ruffled surface sleeks smooth. Oh yes, let's try some alliteration sign. Let's do this. In less than 2 seconds, a giant living bubble, round and pale, inflates to triple its size. Happened on my honeymoon, and not since. Large eyes bloomed from the white mask, dramatically ringed in black, as the bulbous animal balloons larger still. Like something from a fever dream, the tiny clump becomes animal. This creature does not emerge from behind the algae. No, it is a piece of the algae transformed. A listless organism becomes a speedy, nimble, quick-witted being. It's kind of like Joe Biden on his good days. One who, thanks to its otherworldly powers, now breaks free of its earlier self, like a spirit leaving the body, and shoots away behind a cloud of dark ink, which reminds me that I've got some diarrhea building. We'll talk. Such a feat would seem impossible, and it is, for anyone but an octopus. Marine Biological Laboratory Senior Scientist Roger Hanlon remembers that when he surfaced after his snorkeling sortie that day, he was, quote, screaming bloody murder. His research team knew the water was shallow, the sea was calm, and the charismatic professor had safely logged tens of thousands of hours on scuba and snorkel over the course of decades of research. But he made such a commotion, such a simus, he scared them half to death. Quote, they thought I was having a dive accident, he recalls. Instead, Hanlon was having a eureka moment, because he also brings a vacuum cleaner down there. He had been videotaping the most studied of the more than 300 octopus species on Earth, one so widespread and considered so ordinary that its scientific name, Octopus vulgaris, means common octopus. I know people have called me vulgar many, many times. I don't think they just meant common, but who knows. And yet, he had just recorded something never seen before. Since then, hundreds of thousands of people have viewed his video, but still, even at Hanlon's scientific lectures, some turn to a companion to ask, is that real? This is how I look at Palestinian protesters. Boneless, venomous, and equipped with 8 powerful suckered arms. A single large sucker, by the way, on the largest species, the giant Pacific octopus, can lift 35 pounds. And a sucker is born every minute. And there are 200 on each arm. So octopuses are gifted with talents that seem so otherworldly, you'd need to go to outer space or science fiction to match them. Wow. Octopuses can taste with every inch of their skin, which is, it would certainly make having pudding interesting. They can squirt ink to serve either as a smokescreen or as blobs called pseudomorphs that look so delicious that turtles have been fooled into biting at them. Not that turtles are the brightest, but still, yeah. They can drool, an octopus can, drool a muscle-dissolving acid and a neurotoxic venom. And females can exude a glue for attaching strings of eggs to the roofs and sides of their lairs. As they go, these simple-looking, beautiful-looking creatures can do all of this. Let's read a little bit more. But the octopus's hallucinatory ability to change color and shape is its significant superpower, one it can deploy faster than a human can blink an eye. Hanlon's video of the common octopus provided only one example among a recent tsunami of stunning observations and discoveries about these ancient, shape-shifting invertebrates. Despite its name, the common octopus's transformative talents are anything but common. But those of the day octopus, the octopus cyanea, are yet more elaborate. Hanlon considers the day octopus, quote, the king of camouflage. How's that? It's good to be the king. The species thrives in the coral reefs of the Indo-Pacific, which is one of the most complex habitats on Earth, teeming with textures and colors and a vast array of keen-eyed predators and prey. Reviewing videotapes of these big octopuses from Micronesia and French Polynesia and perhaps even Macronesia, and the occasional amnesia. Hanlon calculated they can change color up to 177 times an hour and assume 50 different body patterns. So, although they can change color, sorry. Hey, let me just, okay. And though they can change color in 1/5 of a second, they can also maintain some of their colors and patterns steadily for more than an hour. The speed and diversity of these transformations, says Hanlon, are unmatched in any animal that we know of. Oh, please come in, we're talking octopuses. Ah! Look at this. I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden in the shade. We will have fun, each and every one, in an octopus's garden in the shade. We will read the Talmud aloud because we're Jewish and proud. Anywho, so we have more time. We don't have another octopus. Well, this is an unrelated species called the axolotl, who is, when God made the octopus, he obviously made something very, very special and unique and crazy with the colors and all the things it can do. Maybe in the template, when he was first on the drawing board designing the octopus, he came up with the axolotl, which has got arm-leg things that aren't really arms and legs. Oi, there's more, come in. And before he designed the axolotl, he gave us this. The humble, not so humble, the Potato vulgaris. I think we know what vulgaris means in this case. Here is the potato. He's got the spots. He has a hat. Octopuses don't have hats. He does not have suckers. Oh no, the workmanship on this kind of sucks. So, ladies and gentlemen, notice how we progress. God progresses from this to this to, oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, this. The beloved, beautiful octopus. Let's finish up this paragraph here. Now, many animals. Oh wait, no, I missed this. Octopus disguises run more than skin deep. In their effort to conceal identity, one species rolls around the ocean floor like a sunken coconut. Again, a coconut, it hits the ocean floor, it goes flip. Coconuts don't really actually roll around under. So a problematic metaphor, I'm afraid, here. Others resort to acrobatics, yet more exotic. One Indo-Pacific species has been filmed holding 6 arms aloft while using the other 2 to stride across the sandy bottom, looking to humans like a frazzled commuter who's forgotten a briefcase. Just good metaphor, good, or actually simile there. Many animals, of course, employ the art of camouflage. Foxes and ermines turn white as snow in winter. Insects mimic leaves and twigs. We know this. When excited or frightened, and chameleons are known for changing from their uniform brown to a kaleidoscope of patterned colors. Some creatures change their appearance to startle predators. Certain moths flash their underwings and reveal spots that look like huge eyeballs. And mammals, from cats to chimps, raise their hackles to look bigger than they really are. And I know personally, when I put underpants on in the morning, they're white. By the time half a day goes through, I check them and they're yellow. I'm not even trying to do that. That's my camouflage. Anywho, but in octopuses and their relatives like the cuttlefish and the squid, it's jaw-dropping, their transformations. They'll even mimic weather. One display common to a number of octopus species is called passing cloud, which is how I usually refer to my farts. An octopus produces a wave of darkness on its skin that washes over its body, like a shadow cast by a cloud moving overhead. That's there. Just like this. Ooh. Okay. It is thought that the octopus creates this illusion to induce a prey item like a crab to move without the octopus having to give away its own location. The level of complexity of such displays is astounding. Ladies and gentlemen, secrets of the octopus. So, my friends, we're gonna leave it there. But what wonderful information! What beautiful pictures we have of our octopus. Let me show you another one. Let me show you a beautiful. So, oh, look at this one. Look at that. Isn't that astonishing? I used to have shag carpet like this in the 1970s. My friends, I am Rabbi Sol Solomon, founder and spiritual leader of Temple Sons of Bitches in Great Neck, New York. It has been a joy for me to talk, first of all, to the wonderful Carol Hollenbeck, and then to beckon the octopuses on. I'm sure I'll be back in a week or two with more fun stuff for you on this program, but it's time for me to go to bring the program back to the regular host, Dave, to do more of the nourishkeit that he does himself. So, my friends, die-die-da-dee, die-die-da-doo, in an octopus's garden, in the shade, in the shade. Potato, potato, ketchup, potato. I'm gonna go. Have a wonderful week. Here we go. Oh, that Rabbi Sol Solomon, he's something, eh? Well, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the Dave's Gone By show with me, Dave Lefkowitz. My wonderful and adorable wife is here too. Octopus has been here. Potato's been here. What a day. And we even had a visit from Axolotl. Quite a morning. So, ladies and gentlemen, are we done with the show? Have we nothing left for you? Oh, my friends, we're not just getting started, but we're halfway started through this 953rd episode of the Dave's Gone By program. Thank you for watching. It's July 27th, 2024. We're calling this episode, what were we calling it? I should name check that. Oh.
You should call it Holler Back Girl or something like that.
Actually, close enough. It's actually called Holland DAZE sauce.
Oh, I love that. She was funny, yeah.
She was great. She was marvelous.
Laughing.
And so, yeah, but the show is not going to go downhill just because our guest is gone, Rabbi Sol is gone. Oh, no. We have Greeley Times. We have our Colorado Limerick of the Damned. And Inside Broadway. Oh, my gosh, we've got a lot to do. So, let us begin. Shall we do Greeley Times?
Whatever you want, it's your show.
It is my show. I say we do Greeley Times. So, ladies and gentlemen, Greeley Times is based on columns that appear every week in the Greeley Tribune newspaper up in northern Colorado. It has to do, and it's taken verbatim, or, well, with the identifiers stripped out, of actual phone calls and visits to the police stations up in northern Colorado from people who want help from the cops. Well, the funniest ones are put in the paper. We take the funniest of those and share them with you in a segment that we call Greeley Times. Oh, my friends, Greeley Times it is, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get my special bell. Oh, my. It's starting already. Wait, do we have a call already? Oh, my gosh. It's so... wasn't even set up for this. Let me... Oh, boy, I'll get it. I got it. Okay, I got the chicken phone. I'm good. You know, I'm 60 years old and I'm doing this. This is just a caller at the Greeley Police Department wanted to speak to an officer about why aren't we getting paid in gold?
Wow, but that's a good question.
You would figure it's a great currency, it's a good commodity.
It's a police conspiracy about not getting paid in gold. Why would we call the bank? Or why would we call his job our job?
can't even.
They should call the company they work for. That would be the.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting paid
I mean,
in gold.
maybe you can convert your salary into gold. I'm sure.
How? I was wondering about that. If you don't buy jewelry,
you could buy gold bars somewhere. I don't know. You go to the gold bar store.
I mean, seriously, I once asked a financial person.
Yeah.
Like someone was trying to advise me. I was like, maybe the market was volatile and banks weren't giving any interest. I'm like, maybe what if we take some right here? They laughed at me because obviously they wanted to me to do other things with my money.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind having a couple of gold bars. Let me tell you. Anyway. Oh, another call. I'll get this on the potato phone. Yeah. Hello.
I'm gonna see if.
Where are you?
I'm getting ready for Bunion watch when Naomi gets scared.
A caller.
I have to warn her.
A caller at an apartment complex on 29th Street said that. What is this?
That's Carol.
Oh, Carol just posted. Carol Hollenbeck, our guest, just posted. Just did a wonderful podcast with Dave Lefkowitz. Actually, she did it with Rabbi Solomon. He's a gem and had a great time. He's funny. Thank you. And it was great fun doing his show. Love to be on a game sometimes. You can go to this Facebook page and see it. Dave Lefkowitz, fun.
So we'll repost it, yeah.
Yeah, please. Yeah. Thank you, Carol. Thank you ever so much.
Wait, how did it go?
Oh, I hope I didn't lose my caller. Hello?
No, wait, but where'd it go?
Well, where did she post it? She posted, I guess, on hers.
Oh,
yeah. Well, okay. So, ma'am, sir, where are you? An apartment complex on 29th Street. So what's the problem? A man in a diesel pickup had been moving to different spots in the parking lot for 6 hours. The caller said he was circling back to that over and over again because apparently he had binoculars and he was watching a single unit. This is kind of like maybe what.
How do you know that? Like, okay.
Yeah.
Like I'm watching an Italian thing where they say the guy's still in prison, but they say that his van circled the complex 16 times, and then they found out somebody looped the tape. Like, how do you know somebody's staring at one thing? Like, that's
I know. Well, I mean, I guess if the guy's out there like this and he doesn't go like this. Oh, well then try it on a brassiere. No.
I don't understand that. Yeah.
But we were watching that stuff about the mafia and the cops sitting in a car, just waiting for people to come out of a social club. Anyway, oh, honey, we have an alert.
I'm going to write back to Carol and say thank you.
Oh, all right.
Is that acceptable?
Yeah, please. That'd be thank you very much. But meanwhile, oh my God, I got to make some noise. Even more noise.
That's a no-brainer.
We have an alert.
David, can I say thank you? Fun for all. That's going to be.
Yeah, that's nice.
Okay.
Fun for all. This is not a chicken alert. Not a Fort Lupton alert either, which we haven't had in a long time. Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you.
That's what I sent. Okay, I have to prove it because it's your account.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a brazenness alert. I think it's the first time we've ever had one of these. A brazenness alert, where behavior is so shockingly, jaw-droppingly brazen that you just have to sit back and laugh and go, that's brazen. So here's a brazenness alert.
Oh, right here.
11:30 in the evening this happened. There we go. A caller at a gas station on 1st Street said a man loaded 2 full bags of items and then walked out without paying.
Yeah.
The man then drove his car around and returned to the store for more. That's balls of iron.
I guess the first time he was just window shopping.
Yeah, right, yeah. Because, all the stores in New York and all the big cities, people are just kind of, shoplifting as shopping now. Because nobody can touch them.
Someone put up fake signs, I think in Manhattan, near like Dior and all the places, that you don't shoplift anything under $9.50 or something. It was like a fake campaign. You saw that, right?
Well, I've heard about that because if you do under $9.50, or
it was a fake campaign, and people thought it was real. Okay,
wow.
Wait,
yeah, do it.
Hold on, I can't see where I'm going.
But this person probably walked out with a couple $100 of stuff, and it's like crime is now buffet style. You go out, you come back, you look some more, you take some more.
Fake shoplifting signs in New York City. gotta get fake shoplifting signs in New York City. Let's see. Photo of fake. I gotta pull the.
Yeah.
There's one that said. Let me find it. Fake shoplifting signs under or over $950 in New York City. Street sign mocking.
And are they actually putting these up in stores?
Yeah,
This
see
is
the
gonna-
Louis, no, outside Louis Vuitton. Can you read it? I can't.
It says, notice, stolen goods must remain under $950. Because I think that also makes, well, the sign is fake.
No, it's completely fake. It has nothing. Someone just posted.
Oh, they made
yeah,
an AI kind of thing
yeah,
and put that sign.
yeah.
That's funny though. But
No,
I think
know. Someone posted real physical signs, but they're completely like it's like an artist.
so
did
it's,
it.
this
Yeah,
is a real sign on the street,
No, it's
but
a-
an
it-
artist
yeah.
made the sign.
The sign
Louis
is a
Vuitton did
physically
not.
real thing, but it's a fake.
Yeah.
It's not by
Well,
the
I think
city.
950 is probably a magical number in terms of what constitutes
They
like
put them
a.
everywhere.
Yeah.
They put them like all over the.
But the thing is that Louis Vuitton, there's
Yeah.
probably nothing under 950, so the sign is almost moot anyway. Anyway, let's.
See here, look,
oh.
it says here.
Let me see this.
Someone would X over it. It's bad. No, it's
No,
fake.
it's just
no.
that. It's all.
It's fake.
It's all. All right. Anyway, I think there's another. Oh, we have two phones ringing at the same time. I'll take this one.
Oh, they did it in California too.
Yeah, there's a San Francisco there. Hold on. A caller on 5th Street said a drunk lady carrying an armful of clothes threw something at the caller's car.
What did she throw? Like
I
clothing?
imagine, yeah, probably a bra or something like that, or probably not shoes, but I guess
Maybe it was
that's what
Nona.
they-
Was it Nona?
Oh, I wonder. It could be the Nona potato that we keep. It's almost too much to explain, but in the back seat of our car, we keep one of these potatoes, but with a wig and cotton ball hair, as their old Italian grandmother.
I'll show you. I
can't-
got a picture. Hold on.
Yeah.
I have a picture.
Oh, you have a picture of Nona? Of course you do.
Of course I do.
Yeah, you took one yesterday when you
So you have
rearranged.
to,
yeah.
She's in the middle here. She doesn't have. Wait, she doesn't have her bow on. Oh.
Oh, her bow. Oh, we gotta fix that. Oh. This is my life, ladies and gentlemen. This is the woman I'm married to. This is the man she's married to. This is in the back seat of
That's
our
Nona,
little
Nona.
car.
She got
This-
the broom. Yeah.
Grandma Nona, who sweeps the stoop with a broom,
No,
of course.
the broom is really a weapon for Nona.
She also hits people with it. She's also addicted to NyQuil, so we
and
got
if
her
you
a
squeeze
bottle.
it in, you'll see squirrel. Just squeeze
Oh
it
yeah,
in.
and there's the horrible desiccated squirrel that we pay $5 for, with the eyeballs hanging off. It's just my God. Anyway, wow.
And they're
Wow.
happy. They're very happy.
Ah,
honey.
yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, nothing. Oh, the octophone is ringing.
Oh, he's so pretty.
A caller on 83rd Avenue, uptown now, reported a possible car theft. The caller said a silver Fiat took off quickly from the intersection with a woman chasing after it on foot. And the thing is, since it was a Fiat, I bet she caught it.
She probably beat the car.
Yeah,
She's like,
right.
where'd the car go?
Carmen's like, what's the song? Beep Beep is going 27 miles an hour
Yeah,
in second gear.
I don't think they go that. A Fiat is like, isn't the one like it's like faster than a bicycle, right?
Well, all right. Well, in other countries they do other things, but we have a we have another caller.
Oh my God! Look
What?
just came up.
Show me. Can I show that?
On your phone. I swear to God, it just came up on your phone. Yeah.
Because Siri or Alexa or God or the FBI is not only seeing what we type,
Yeah.
it's hearing everything, it's
Yeah.
watching. So we mentioned, I swear to
You
you,
just mentioned.
that Nona is addicted to NyQuil. And this comes up.
ZQuil. Maybe it's a competitor of NyQuil.
No, I'm sure it's the same.
Oh, it's NyQuil. It's just
Same
like
company.
a
They make a
different
different
bottle.
bottle of NyQuil.
Don't touch it or it'll come
Oh.
back. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you
I did not type in NyQuil. It says get better sleep sleep with NyQuil. They have tablets too. Maybe that's better for Nona.
Okay, tell you what, we were talking about gold bars before.
I don't see. Celine Dion and Gatorade came up. That you're talking about drinks.
Well, she
Your
appeared
liquid
at
death.
the Olympics. Yeah, that was the thing. She made her after all these health issues and stuff.
But your liquid death came up.
Oh, no, it did not.
No.
Oh no. That would already be like, yeah. But has anybody been? I know we're doing Greeley Times. Has anybody been watching the Olympics? Does anybody actually give a shit?
We don't. How do we watch it? We don't. Is it on TV?
It's on NBC. I don't know if our TV
We
system
don't have that channel.
will have cable.
How
So
do people watch it if they don't have?
I guess they can either watch highlights or maybe people still have some cable, or maybe NBC they subscribe to.
Who really watch? I mean,
the
I
channel.
don't understand how people are watching it. Who told me they have?
Well,
Oh, I know somebody. If you want to watch the Tonys, like or anything, they have access to that channel. Yeah.
oh, Paramount Plus. Yeah.
Two people told me they do. I just learned that.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I mean, we could get. That was the thing. If you get it free for a week and then you cancel it, you can kind of watch whenever you want. It was like what Disney did
No, but
with
we have
Hamilton.
friends who will let us use their.
Oh, that's
Uh,
really?
Yeah.
Let's do it. We can watch anything.
No, but only for the Tonys.
Oh,
not
only for
all
the Tonys.
time, because they have them. You know.
Oh, all right.
I wanted to tell you that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, thank you. So yes, we've just admitted that we want to commit fraud on National Facebook Division. But here's what were the Olympics. Nah, fuck the Olympics. We have a phone call. Okay.
You can even see it. Yeah.
Here we go. A caller on 14th Avenue said that he bought a sick dog from a woman when he went to return it. He probably should. He bought a dog from a woman that turned out to be sick. When he went to return it, the woman refused to return his money and threatened to beat him up.
Whoa.
Actually, what she should do is she should have trained the dog. It's like she has a code word.
Yeah, like
And it's
yeah.
like, roll,
Like-
kill.
Like Snickers. Snickers. What? Hershey bar.
Like that old Columbo episode, yeah.
Oh, I love that one. Yes.
With, what was it, Nicole Williamson was in it.
Oh,
Anyway,
I don't know.
we have elsewhere time. Because not every story that we have is from Greeley and environs. We always do in Greeley Times one or two stories that are elsewhere. They're weird, they're ridiculous, they're real, but they're from elsewhere in the world. So today we go to Oak Brook, Illinois. Oak Brook, Illinois, and oh, this is a story. This one made my heart stop for a moment. And the Associated Press did the writing on this. Well, it was quite a pickle on a Chicago highway last week. An Oscar Mayer Wienermobile hit a car Monday morning along I-294. And there's even I don't have it in front of me,
Did
but
it get hurt?
the driver lost control and overcorrected, causing the hot dog-shaped vehicle
Oh, no.
to roll on its side,
Oh, no.
which is appropriate because a hot dog would be in a roll.
I'll look on your phone. I'm gonna get out of
Come
your
on, that was
Facebook,
good.
so if I can't do any messages. Oscar Mayer Wienermobile accident.
No injuries were reported after the crash, though it did close the right lane for an hour. You see it on its side, it's a fantastic thing. I mean, it's not fantastic. We
No,
want
I
to see
don't
it.
see it on. Oh, here, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Here. Oh.
Oh, yikes. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the...
Is that what you want?
This is it. Look at it. Oh.
I think it should. Why wouldn't a Wienermobile? A hot dog's round. It would roll. Why wouldn't the Wienermobile just roll?
You mean if it had been going 70 miles an hour, it would have flipped
Are
over?
they okay? Were the driver?
Yeah, no injuries.
Okay, let me see. I want to look at the images.
In fact, the spokesperson for Oscar Mayer, which has more than one, they've got several of these
They say
Wienermobiles.
flips and highway collision.
Yeah. Oscar Mayer told the Chicago Sun-Times, quote, "It's grateful
Oh,
everyone
look
is
at
safe." Yeah.
There's a thing right here on their truck that says "Think Safety." So like right next to the Wienermobile, like,
Yeah.
like
Oh,
scroll and
excellent.
It says, it says "Think
Look at
Safety."
it right there, right?
You could scroll. You could use your fingers.
Oh,
and
it
make it
can
bigger.
go
Yeah.
across.
No,
It does.
just make it like this. Well, look at me. Make it bigger.
I am, yeah. But it doesn't have the whole safety sign. It
But it
doesn't
says "Think Safety."
Yeah.
See?
see. No texting and driving.
Yeah, there you go.
But it says nothing about squirting ketchup or mustard
What caused
when
it?
driving.
What caused the...
Crash. The crashes all the time. We saw a crash yesterday or in the aftermath.
What do you think?
Oh, here's the deal.
You want a video?
Well, video from the crash scene shows that the yellow and orange Wienermobile was later hauled away on a flatbed truck with visible damage to the vehicle.
Here.
Oh, dear.
Okay, here. You can play the video. Just play the
Oscar
video.
Mayer has a way
Play
with
the video.
coming from a crash
Oh,
safely.
you gotta hit play though.
Here we go.
Let's taking pictures of everyone.
Oh, look at that. Oh, wow.
There you go.
That's beautiful.
There you go. I know
That
you
is
want their
beautiful.
visual, right?
Thank you.
I was, as long as nobody was hurt, that's the main thing. I mean, you can't.
Well, no, the driver was hot dogging, so we.
No, was he hurt?
No, nobody was hurt. There was no injuries. No injuries in the crash.
I hope they have insurance.
Oh, yeah, it's Oscar Mayer.
I mean, that's going to be expensive. Where do you go to get a Wienermobile fixed?
Well,
How do you call your mechanic? Like, how do you estimate damage on a Wienermobile? Like, I don't think it's something.
I've got to tell Oscar Mayer
Yeah.
never loses. They are always wieners.
Let's really drill down on this.
Get it?
I
Get it?
get it.
You got it. You got it. Yeah. All right. Let's do one or two more Greeley-related Greeley times. Again, these are calls that came into the police station from concerned citizens in northern Colorado. For example, a caller at 18th Street and 12th Avenue. Wow, we have both directions here. Said a man on a scooter wearing socks and sandals, and a woman with a sharp weapon.
What the heck? So why is he wearing socks? What does it matter that he's wearing socks and sandals?
I don't. Maybe it doesn't say
How
that
does
that was
that
the only
matter?
thing he was
How
wearing.
does that
Yeah,
matter?
I don't know.
It's summer. What do you want him to wear? Boots?
Yeah, right. This is what they noticed. Or wait. Actually, do you wear socks and sandals?
Yes, a lot of people do.
I
Tourists-
would.
Tourists do, yeah.
Oh, all right. So, but he and a woman with a sharp weapon
Yeah.
were yelling back and forth at each other.
Yeah.
I'm thinking she was from the fashion police.
She probably thought, maybe she was from Birkenstock.
There you go.
What are you wearing?
Socks
But people do like
before Labor Day.
A lot of people who wear Birkenstocks often wear
Or socks.
and some of them even have like a division where when you wear like I wear Giza.
Oh, I hate that toe
I
thing.
wear Giza, but they have a division in the socks so you could put it.
Yeah,
you know,
it's
I mean,
for
that's like people have different,
I don't know. I have to say, I have no idea how you wear sandals. I just those things you wear with the togs and that separator between the big toe and that other toe that just keeps the whole thing on your foot. If I think it's the most irritating, I'm aghast that anybody's able to wear a shoe like that. It's just completely like how. Anywho, let's do one more. Here we go. A caller. We talked about pets before. A caller at US 34 bypass picked up a dog. He said the dog was friendly, but seemed, quote, extremely tired. Oh. You know, which is not what you want from a whore. Even an ugly one.
Maybe he needed little socks and sandals. On his
Oh, right.
I've seen people putting Crocs on their dogs too. It's very funny.
Well, yeah. Well, if you want to protect their pauses
Yeah, I guess.
from like the asphalt thing. But anywho, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Greeley Times. Just one wonderful segment on Dave's Gone By.
Mr. Horace Greeley was no fool.
No, he was not.
I'm sure that you'll agree with me that Greeley was no fool.
What he is getting at is that Mr. Greeley was no fool.
Yippee-yi!
Yippee-yi, 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 yi-yi, yippee, yippee, yippee.
That is some pretty spectacular drumming right there, my dear. Nicely
Thank
done.
you. I try hard.
Well, it's 11 o'clock in the morning Eastern Time, and we're here live on this Saturday, July 27th, 2024, with the 953rd episode of the Dave's Gone By, Facebookio, Podcastio, Programmio of the Stream, with me, Dave Lefkowitz, and my wonderful and adorable, amazing wife, and Potato is with us,
Poor potato.
Octopus is with us, chickens are with us, in fact. Pooey is with us. I forgot we have
Look
Pooey
what you
here.
also got. Maybe this is related to your bunion.
Which one? Occasional stabbing and burning as you age. Feel the difference with, oh gosh.
I don't know. I think maybe that's for now. I don't know.
Well, I think, yeah, let's do Bunion Watch maybe, and then, no, you know what, let's do Inside Broadway, and then we'll get to the Bunion Watch, and then we still have our Colorado Limerick and Friends of the Daverhood to do. So still much fun to do on this episode of the Dave's Gone By show. So thank you for staying tuned in. Yeah, I want to go inside Broadway because, as I mentioned, just a couple of weeks ago, we went back to New York for a couple of days, and I crammed in a few, about 4 Broadway shows to see while I was in town, so I could go back and report to you and tell you whether you should go see them. And that's why we're doing this segment. It's called Inside Broadway. Inside Broadway, a look at theater in New York, Colorado, and beyond, brought to you by TotalTheater.com and Performing Arts Insider, the Bible of Broadway. Actually, I need to change up that theme a bit because we haven't been in Colorado for like 6 years, and Performing Arts Insider is dead. I killed it a year and a half ago. But TotalTheater.com, still there. If you're looking for reviews of Broadway, off-Broadway, and shows around the country, TotalTheater.com is a cool website for you guys to check out. Anyway, I checked out a couple of Broadway shows just a week or so ago. Let's start with this one. This is the new...
Oh, here you go. Here's Times Square.
Oh, show me.
Historic Times Square.
This is... Oh my God, look at it.
Yeah.
This is maybe 60, 70 years
Times
ago.
Square. Is that where you were?
It already had the billboards,
Yeah.
and yet it wasn't until I saw the cars that I was 100% sure that it wasn't like a week ago. Yeah, because already look, you've got giant cola things and marquees.
Yeah.
Even back then, it was a Canadian club that sang. Oh my God, yeah.
I'll tell you that it's a historic one. It says, whoop,
What year?
1955.
Wow. We don't think of 1955 as being in color, but there you go. And so that's where we were. I was literally in the midst, again, of my old stomping ground, if you will, near Hell's Kitchen, Times Square in New York, to see a couple of shows. And one of them was Suffs, the new Broadway musical playing at the Music Box Theater, all about the jockeying and the back and forth and the desperate attempt by women to get the vote. Well, one thing you learn from the show is that the women themselves, what word do you think they preferred in terms of women who fought for the right to vote?
Suffragettes. No.
See, they even objected to that because there was it's a feminization.
Voters?
Suffragist. There was suffragists because suffragette is
I don't know language
feminine,
like you do, David.
demeaning.
You know much better language.
Well, no, I didn't know that until I saw the show, which is written by Shana Taub. She wrote the book and the score, and directed by Lee Silverman. And I gotta say,
do you have the program to show them?
I do right here. Here's the Suffs playbill from seeing the show.
How many things did it win? Tell people.
Oh, I haven't checked it was up for a bunch of Tony Awards.
3 or 4, right? Yeah.
Well, one major ones. It won for book of a musical and score
So those are
of a
big,
musical.
yeah.
It did not win Best Musical. That went to The Outsiders. But it was up for Best Musical Tony. And I gotta say, Shana Taub had never really been on my radar much. I had seen her in fact, we both watched her when she was the musical interlude.
Oh, really?
For Old Hats. When they recorded Old Hats, the Bill Irwin and David Shiner show. And in between when they were setting up their next sketches, when I saw it off Broadway, our former friend of the Daverhood, Nellie McKay, was the person. When they recorded it, was Shana Taub. And her songs were nice. They were one after another, they were kind of unimpressive.
Yeah.
But you know what? She's talented.
Yeah,
She's talented. Suffs is good work. It's good theater. There's some very smart songwriting in it. So here's the plot. It's 1913, and Alice Paul, these are real people, Alice Paul is tired of waiting for the current suffragist leader, Carrie Chapman Catt, to stop being polite and kowtowing to President Woodrow Wilson, who's glad handing her and is all kind to the ladies and believes in motherhood and all that stuff, and meanwhile just shaking hands, flirting, and not doing a damn thing. So Alice is just like nothing is ever going to get accomplished. There's year after year after year goes by. They make a little noise and nothing. So she forms a party to confront Woodrow Wilson and to finally say, you know what, you're not going to have our automatic support when you're up for re-election. It's like, we're going to campaign against you in the next election. And this is all well and good until World War I breaks out. And now when they're saying Woodrow Wilson is saying these things, he's a total hypocrite, he's doing these things, and then they become enemies of the state, and they're actually arrested and treated rather badly in prison back in the day. So, because it's sedition. If you don't support the president during a war, if you remember, put the American flag on your taxi cab, or you're supporting the terrorists. I mean, that sort of thing. So, and there's also, and it's weird that there have been protests against Suffs, the musical, for not being woke enough about race and things like that. There's a whole big subplot of the show about the black women who also want the vote, but the white leaders of the suffragist party are afraid to have the black women marching with them because then they'll lose the South. It's the same kind of jockeying that Lincoln had to do in order to get folks on board, and LBJ had to do to get folks on board with civil rights legislation. At a certain point, even though it's not fair, even though it's disgusting, you have to say, look, in order to get to this step, we can't do all of this. So, and of course the black women feel like, well, why, how come we can't march with you, or we're being pushed to the side? Because it's not the moment, right? We're lucky if we get this far, and yet at the same time, you understand what everybody's position is. So there's room in this musical for all of that, along with comedy, along with really smart songs that are well integrated into the musical. I mean, the opening number is let your mother vote, because that's the thing about at that point it's like about the moms, and it's like if your mom was good enough to raise you and smart enough and the most wise person why wouldn't you give her the right to? So it's really, and only rarely in this particular musical do we have that feeling of like, okay, time for a song now. Well, the song is pretty good, but you're waiting for the plot.
The songs were forced part of that.
In so many musicals, because it's a musical,
they're like, okay.
It's like, song time.
Yeah,
okay, that's nice.
Sing, yeah.
Oh, they're belting. Oh, it's going to end with a big finish, and the actress is really going to show off her pipes. Yeah. Here, that doesn't happen very often at all. The songs are integrated enough into the book and the story that we're like, the story is still being told through the songs. And again, some of them are very cleverly and smartly written. I can't say that I've run back to the cast album to listen to it over and over or to catch this catchy ditty. Although I have not. I cannot say that I have that. But I will at some point, and I'll be reminded of the quality of the work that is here. And the show maybe runs a little. One of the small problems with the show is that not that it's a little long, but it kind of peaks at the end of Act 1 with a tragic event that we kind of see coming, but in a good way. And then I don't know if the second act quite reaches that level. So it has a little bit of a second act letdown, but not much. And the acting is terrific. Jen Colella, who plays Carrie Chapman Catt, the first wave of the feminists and the suffragists trying to change the world. She's always magnetic. Taub, not the greatest, most charismatic singer in the world, but she's perfectly good in the lead role, and it's her stuff, right? Hannah Cruz makes a strong impression as Inez, who's like the glamorous face of them riding into town on a horse that gives them the automatic free PR and attention that they need to start being taken seriously. And got to give it up for Grace McLean also playing, because every single member of the cast is female, whether they're playing men or women. They're all women, and Grace McLean is Woodrow Wilson, and it's just a fun performance. She's so slippery, so slimy, so snarky and charming and fun to watch. Excellent cast, excellent show. Got to give 3.5 stars out of 4 to Suffs over at the Music Box Theater. Please, please, please do. I don't know how well it's doing. I don't know how beyond the core sort of New York audience this will appeal to across the board, even in a post-Hamilton, like politics can be good in musical theater world. Still, go see Suffs. It's real good. Okay, next, another show that I enjoyed quite a lot. I'm starting to talk like Charlie Gross now.
Yeah.
You ever notice I've got
well,
his cadence now.
When you do the theater stuff, you turn into him. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because I guess I'm more serious. I'm
You're
trying
channeling him. Yeah.
But this is pure fun. This is exactly the kind of show that I used to see years ago, back in the day when I was seeing tons of theater, and I would go downtown to the Ridiculous Theatrical Company or to Charles Busch's theater in Limbo. The Glyons did more serious stuff, but it was campy, completely out there gay theater. Unfortunately, I missed the time of seeing Charles Ludlam, who was apparently like the creator and master of all that. But I did see Everett Quinton in a few things, and this aesthetic of ridiculous jokes, wild farce, unbelievably campy, double entendre, single entendre, gay, nutty stuff. And this is a really, really fine example that somehow works on Broadway. You would figure, 30 years ago, a play like this is like, oh yeah, this is perfect for a downtown little theater of 125 seats, and it's in a gay neighborhood, and people who are in it will enjoy. No, this is rollicking the Lyceum Theater on Broadway with Cole Escola. He is the playwright. He's also the lead actor, as it were, or they are the lead actor, who is playing, yes, that is Mary Todd Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln's wife, Crazy Mary. And she is crazy, but she's also been driven crazy. She is like the wrong person in the wrong place at the wrong time. She married Honest Abe, who's not so honest about his sexuality and about some other things. So she's stuck. She's a woman who just wants to be on stage and wants constant, even more than I do, constant attention, constant spotlight, whether it's the theater or her beloved cabaret, where she used to be. But now her husband is the president. It's the middle of a war, and so he's like, "No, Mary, you can't go back on. You can't. It's not seemly. Everything about him is about optics for Abraham. He's closeted. He's running the country, and he can't be seen as having a wife who's cavorting on stage and doing cabaret. Meanwhile, of course, behind the scenes in the Oval Office, he's turning it into the Oral Office because he's getting blowjobs from one of his staffers, and then there's another person he brings in. So there's all that going on in of course, this farcical gay play. And so she is mad, but on some level her predicament is also driving her mad and making her act out and making her literally impossible to deal with, particularly by her husband, Abraham Lincoln. So to shut her up, he hires her an acting coach. Is if we'll get you back on stage at some point, but first you want to be a professional. Work with this fella that I know, John Wilkes Booth. Okay, this part is a little bit, but John Wilkes Booth. He's a fine stage actor. He comes from a great stage family. He'll give you acting lessons. And so he's this really handsome, virile guy, and she's all into him, not realizing, of course, that John Wilkes Booth and Abraham Lincoln were former lovers, who are kind of rekindling, or Abe wants to rekindle things. All this crazy, crazy stuff is going on. It's funny. It's big. It's broad. It's 80 minutes long, which is just the right amount for a show like this. If they pushed it to an hour 40 or thrown an intermission in there, no. It goes like a top. It's fun beginning to end, even if they go sort of anachronistic and crazy with the final thing. I don't want to give it, hold your ears if this is a spoiler alert, but Mary does get to do a big cabaret number. And if I tell you a week later, and this is no diss of a friend of the Daverhood, but our friend of the Daverhood, Jeff Harner, just put out a CD of songs of Sammy Cahn, one of the great Tin Pan Alley and Broadway kind of songwriters. And it's just nice, it's really well done. It's jazzy, pop, Tin Pan Alley songs by Sammy Cahn. But he has a medley in it of 3 or 4 songs together. You do one bar, and then it goes into another song, goes into another, goes into another. And I wouldn't think anything of it. It's very well done. But because there's a medley at the end of "Oh Mary" that is so ridiculously funny about cabaret and the nature of the way people sometimes put medleys together, where you have no idea how one song goes into the next one, and yet they've done it for some reason. As I was listening to Jeff Harner, I was bursting out laughing, because it was exactly the kind of thing that "Oh Mary" is making fun of. Anyway, Escola is very funny from first to last. He plays to the rafters. Do I kind of wish that every other joke wasn't about sex or gay sex? Sure. But this is the material. It's camp. It's campy stuff. And there's a very funny scene where Mary is getting her friend Louise to confess something. Louise has this deep, dark sexual secret. And finally, don't, your secrets are safe with me. You can tell me.
Don't say it.
And like 4 seconds later,
Don't tell people
Mary's
anything.
blabbing it to Abe.
Of course, don't tell people. That's this first rule of Fight Club, right? Of secret telling. Don't tell secrets.
Yeah. Especially not to crazy Mary Todd Lincoln.
Don't tell a secret that you don't want somebody to tell someone else.
Yeah. And by the way, before I forget, it's not just a one-person show. There's Cola Scola. Conrad Ricamora is really, really good as Lincoln. Exasperated, desperate, trying to stay closeted, but also presidential while all the wheels are coming off of everything around him. And so, yeah. Oh, Mary. Well, I would give this 3 1/4, almost maybe even 3.5 stars. It's a fun time at the theater. You're not going to look at your watch in this one. You are going to laugh a lot, I think, at Oh Mary. So to quote our beloved David Venable from QVC, "Oh Mary, you should go to Broadway and see Oh Mary as well as Suffs." And that,
Wow.
my friends, yeah, I know, two raves. It's kind of
That's
cool.
Wonderful.
From Inside Broadway. Do I have it? Is this the one? No, that's not it. Here it is. Oops, no, not that one. Here it is.
It's the famous gay white way, where the night is bright as day. Ain't Broadway grand?
Kick line.
It's not just a thoroughfare, it's a tingle in the air.
Woohoo!
Ain't Broadway grand?
It's excitement, it's romance, it's all fun and song and dance. This wonderland, you can be a millionaire quicker here than anywhere. Ain't Broadway grand?
Think of all kinds of helpers in our world.
There you go.
We need to get the thing. Hold on.
Oh, what else?
No, we gotta get, because we can't hear him. We got a megaphone, remember? Because the volume is so low.
I know, he's
Speaker.
he's kind of our personal Mr. Rogers here. So, but it works. So let's see if we
You
can
gotta
get
put
Fred
You gotta put his
his
yeah.
lips.
I'll hold this.
Oh, thank you.
No, not his lips. The bottom is where the.
Oh,
yeah.
it comes like a
Yeah.
ass.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's try this.
Okay.
Oops.
There's no person in the whole world like you, and I like you just the way you are. You've made this day a special day by just your being you.
Remember that one?
Thank you. Two of the best words we can ever learn.
And one more.
Do you have some favorite neighbors where you live? I mean real neighbors with whom you can talk and play and ask for help if you need it?
Wear a shock collar.
I hope so.
One more.
One more.
Doesn't it feel good when you're just about to do something that you know is wrong and you decide to do something else? Something that won't hurt you or anybody else? Doesn't that feel great?
Oh, thank you, Fred.
Because it's so low. We have to.
Yeah, we have to have that.
It's low. I don't know. Maybe.
But I would love to stand on a street with a megaphone and the Fred Rogers thing and just blast this at people like a protest against nothing, a protest against the world not being filled with Fred Rogers.
A lot of people really like Fred Rogers, so I think you wouldn't have. You might be under good.
He's the only maybe celebrity ever who's only
so
beloved.
Let's tell you what's going on. There is a seafood fest.
Where?
there's a public market, but it's the.
Ooh, talk to me.
No, but it seems like a fake one. Sometimes people put stuff on like a calendar. It ain't real. Do you know that?
No, why would they do that?
I don't.
Or was it last week or something
Yeah,
like that?
it's like I'm gonna look up Google.
Yeah. Google.
The Google.
So we're already planning what we're going to do the rest of the day.
always do.
Well, we don't have really the rest of the day. We just have a little time because
We're
we got
gonna
the.
go to get my.
Yeah, I know that. But see, I got other things happening this weekend. Anyway, so that was Inside Broadway here in the Daverhood. We still have a bit more to do on this 953rd episode of The Day Has Gone By, Facebookio, Podcastio, Programmio of the Stream with me, Dave Lefkowitz, and my wonderful wife. So, we've done Inside Broadway, we've done Greeley Times, we have even done Storytime with Rabbi Saul Solomon and the Octopus, but we do have to thank, before we get also to our Colorado Limerick of the day.
God,
Oh no, what?
They closed Sober Living. That's sad. There's like a wedding expo, there's like painting stuff, and it's like Sober Living closed.
What's at the fair? What's at the fairgrounds?
I don't see, I'm looking.
Because the state fair isn't until August.
They say they have a public market, but
Ooh.
some townhomes, but I don't know if this is true. I'm sorry, David. You just I can't figure something out.
Well, anyway, we want to thank Carol Hollenbeck, our friend of the Daverhood. Remember, go to carolhollenbeck.com, and if you happen to be in New York and you're around Manhattan Plaza, the public is invited. You can go see her doing her monologue this coming Wednesday, and then she was stressing that on August 6th, she will be reading from her own book and also reading from her friend's book about Jean Harlow and the whole blonde thing. So, yes, carolhollenbeck.com. And thank you to Carol. She is now a new and beloved friend of the Daverhood. That means she's been on the show. Well, we keep tabs of people who have been on the program. And so we call them Friends of the Daverhood, and we let you know what they have been up to since. Bum, bum. Thank you, Ludwig. So, we're going to play that under while we remind you. First of all, Rabbi Saul Solomon was on the program. You can find out more about him at shalomdammit.com. Shalom, D-A-M-M-I-T, shalomdammit.com. So this is where you can read and hear his rabbinical reflections. This is also where you can watch his amazing TV show that he did, over a decade ago, called Shalom Dammit, Rabbi Saul Solomon's Peace, Love, and Acid Reflux Hour. And you can also even see the stage show that he did, Shalom Dammit, An Evening with Rabbi Saul Solomon. The whole video is up there, and it's really, really fun. Check it all out at shalomdammit.com. But let's see what else is happening with people that we know. So we just mentioned, I was just talking about Jeff Harner's new CD, or it's a re-release of his CD dedicated to Sammy Kahn, and he's doing a special performance today at 54 Below, kind of an album re-release party that is happening with Jeff Harner. Also today, this is your last day to catch at least this iteration of the new musical, Last of the Red Hot Mamas, about Sophie Tucker, that was created by Sue and Lloyd Ecker. They're trying it out at the Bucks County Playhouse in New Hope, and then presumably getting other places and trying, of course, to bring it to New York. So if you're curious, want to see a new musical before it hits Broadway, check it out at the Bucks County Playhouse, Last of the Red Hot Mamas. Tomorrow, our very, very beloved friend Jason Gra is going to be at the Catalina Jazz Club in Los Angeles, and is going to be joined by a bunch of guests, including our other friend Andrea Marcovici. So definitely want to check out Jason tomorrow. And then on Monday evening, Ann Hampton Calloway will be part of a tribute to singer-dancer Maurice Hines that is happening at Birdland. Tamara Toomey, she is going to be co-hosting the International Black Theater Festival in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, That is going to be running from Monday through the rest of the week. So if you happen to be down south, go check that out. Moving towards the later end of the week, Scott Siegel will be presenting Broadway, The Next Generation at the Green Room 42. So these are really, really talented college students who, of course, are already starting to audition for and trying to get gigs on and off Broadway and cabaret and on ships and in Straw Hat, and regional and community theater. Well, not community. So, yeah, he's plucked some of the best ones to do songs from old and new Broadway. It's Broadway, The Next Generation, happening at the Green Room 42, and it's 2 shows, July 30th and the 31st. Also, starting on the 31st through presumably an open run, you've got a revival of Once Upon a Mattress on Broadway. The show, Carol Burnett was already sort of well known, but it's the show that made her. Well, Carol is still alive, but she's not playing Princess Winifred. I believe, well, it's Sutton Foster is playing the lead role. She has not been on this program, but Daniel Breaker has, and he's in the show. So go see him at the Hudson Theater on Broadway. On July 31st, Jay Lenhart, I'm pretty sure that must be Friday. Oh, no, wait. No, it's Wednesday, excuse me. On Wednesday, Jay Lenhart, the wonderful veteran bass player, is being part of a tribute to Bobby Short that is going to be done at Pangea Wednesday night. Playing just now through this weekend, just through tomorrow, you can see Lou Liberatore in the play inspired by true events that is being done at Theater 154. And then playing now through the middle of August, Cats, the Jellicle Ball, featuring Andre de Shields, Tony-winning Andre de Shields. This is at the Perlman Center on Fulton Street. And if you've read the reviews, they're going to try to bring this uptown. Whether it'll go into a Broadway theater or a major off-Broadway one, I don't know. But you're going to see more of Cats, the Jellicle Ball, and presumably more of the great Andre de Shields. Kathleen Turner, she is up at the Ogunquit Playhouse in Maine, playing Madame Armfeldt in A Little Night Music, now through the middle of August. And then off-Broadway, Katie Huffman is directing Empire, a new musical about the building of Manhattan. It's at New World Stages now through September 22nd. On Broadway, at the New Amsterdam Theater, it's Aladdin, with music by our friend Alan Menken. He's also provided, of course, the music for the classic off-Broadway, or the classic show Little Shop of Horrors, and that is playing off-Broadway at the West Side Theater. Katie Sullivan is at the Algonquin on Tuesday nights. Vince Giordano and the Nighthawks do 2 performances every Monday evening at Birdland. And then, of course, Eric Comstock and Barbara Fasano are at Birdland every Monday night. They're at Birdland on Tuesday early evenings, 5:30 in the afternoon. Jim Caruso's Cast Party every Monday night at Birdland. Get your tickets for all of these events at birdlandjazz.com. Michael Garin is at the Roxy Hotel in Tribeca Tuesdays through Saturday evenings. Seth Bisson-Hirsch does a talent showcase at Don't Tell Mama. That is on Tuesday evenings. If you want to find out more about nightlife in New York, you got to go to stagebuddy.com, a website founded by our friend Evan Seplow. And let's give, of course, a shout out to David Sheward, who writes theater reviews for theaterlife.com, culturaldaily.com, and, of course, totaltheater.com. Leslie Hoban Blake, who co-hosts with Charlie Gross 2 on the Aisle, and you can watch full episodes and excerpts of this theater review show on YouTube. Look for Leslie Hoban Blake and Charlie Gross doing that. And, of course, our beloved Vicky Quaddy out there in Chicago doing Are You Smarter Than Your 8th Grade Nun and Late Night Catechism. And those, my friends, are the friends of the Daverhood. That's so nice. I didn't want to turn that off. That's a little bit of
Nice. Yeah, very nice.
Beethoven's Violin Concerto in D, the Larghetto. Yeah, in the Larghetto, there's a man playing a violin, and the orchestra, they all join in Larghetto. Anyway, you are watching Dave's Gone By. It's 11:30 in the morning, Eastern Time, here in the Daverhood, where we are doing our 953rd episode. We don't have that much more to do, unless there's something. What else happened this week? We talked about the water heater, which, is so far working great. Have to wait a while to get the hot water, but once it comes, it comes. What else? What that isn't politics, which we don't really talk about, but yeah, pretty decent, okay week.
Well, here, you want to show the thing you're thinking of buying?
Yes, I do. Ladies and gentlemen, we found this at a local place where we buy nuts. Yes, they have giant nut sacks in this place, and also for sale. If you can wonder what this is, yes, it's a Gay 90 Whiz Bang, available for only $1,699. Well, yeah, you can get them cheaper on eBay. It's the Gay 90s Whiz Bang, which is actually a popcorn maker, but an old school, old style, probably for a movie theater.
We did this.
What did we do? Oh, well, yeah,
Did
we
you
went.
talk about that?
We didn't talk about it all. Well, I don't know how much. Well, we can talk a little bit about. Yesterday, we finally went to the farmers market.
Thursday.
Was it Thursday?
Yeah.
I've already lost the thread. Thursday, we went to a local farmers market that's been around for ages, and it wasn't bad. It wasn't huge. It wasn't like one of these thrift things that they had out in Long Island. But it had about, 15, maybe 20 tables selling.
Your pastries, your half-off pastries.
Well, that was a local store.
Plant.
Yeah, we bought a plant of a nice. Well, yeah, you can get 1 or 2 or 3 plants at your local supermarket, but this woman had every conceivable herb, like 3 different kinds of rosemary.
Exactly.
Which is, fine, great, and reasonable too. I was like, we picked up the thing, and it was like $4. I'm like, yeah, okay.
We have to try the veggies.
Because most people, I think, when they buy the herbs, they figure they're going to throw it in a couple of meals and then toss it. They're not actually going to maintain the plant, but we do. We want to keep it going.
Also, you've got your pans. We went to the thrift shop.
Yes. Oh, yeah. There was a thrift store.
How much did you pay for your pans?
One pair was, I think, $7.
Brooks Brothers.
A Brooks Brothers pair of pants, almost untouched by human urine, was in this thrift store. A really nice pair of pants, and it was like $7.
No.
That one was.
Pants were $1.75.
Oh my God!
Those pants.
So we overpaid for the other pair.
The other pair were tuxedo pants. I think you paid $5.
Yeah, I didn't realize they were tuxedo pants. I don't really need
They're
another pair of
gorgeous,
tuxedo
though.
pants.
You
Yeah.
could wear them every day. They're gorgeous.
You could wear a tuxedo.
Yeah,
Wouldn't you
they
look
don't
weird
look-
wearing tuxedo pants?
They don't look like super tuxedo.
But anyway, yeah. For something like $8, I got 2 pairs of pants, and it's going to cost me $30 to hem the fucking things
Because you're small.
I know.
If you grew normally, you wouldn't have to have your hands.
No, but the weird thing is, one of them is almost. It just needs like a ½ inch
That's
higher.
great.
The other one needs hemming, but this one, someone as small as I am, wore these
another
pants
small
before.
person.
In the night where they washed them so many times that they shrank.
Could be
Oh.
too, yeah.
But it was kind of cool, going to a thrift store, going to a farmer's market. Was there anything else? I don't know if there was anything really interesting or funny at the farmer's market, though.
Oh, you're almost. They were trying to convert you into becoming a master gardener for like 20 minutes. I was like, "Let's go, David." You kept talking to them. I was like, "Let's
Because
go."
I don't want to be rude.
I know, but I was like, "Let's go." I don't want to stand there in the sun.
Well, because it was hot and we were like thirsty.
You didn't get a pretzel from Auntie M's Pretzels. You could have got that.
Well, I was thinking, but then we were deciding to go have lunch, so I wasn't
That's
gonna
true, too. Oh, we
do
had
that.
to tell them what we had for lunch.
Yeah, there's a cool restaurant called Roganart, which is a bakery
It's rye
pastry.
bread.
Sorry, yeah, it means rye bread. So it's Starbucks-ish, but more also on like a pain quotidien or au bon pain. So it's one of those kinds of places, and the food is very, very good, right? And it's kind of a little bistro thing, and so we order. You had an omelet that you really loved.
Delicious! Oh my God, so delicious.
I got. It was nice. It was. What did I get? BLT.
Roast beef.
Oh, roast beef.
BLT, whatever.
I don't even know what the hell I ordered.
You got a roast beef sandwich with aioli dressing.
Yeah.
And you got cheddar cheese.
It was really. I mean, it's a goyish sandwich in the sense that unlike a Jewish sandwich where they charge you $20 and they give you this much roast beef, here they give you like this much roast beef for $10. But it was very, very good. It was really, really nice. So that was neat. And they have half-price pastries day after. So
I've been getting you them for ever since they opened, probably ever since we're here. I was there when they opened that cafe thing.
Yeah. And
they do it all the time, so it's really nice.
Because I'm all for half-priced anything.
They're just day old, but I mean they're not
bad.
No,
not stale at all.
I think sometimes pastries get better, more crunchy. Oh no! Okay, no.
No, they get more.
They get nasty?
No, they don't get nasty. They just get harder and staler and whatever.
Oh.
But no, I'll eat. I bought a muffin from Wegmans 2 weeks ago, and I finally ate it yesterday or 2 days ago. Just because it's sitting on the counter. If I kept it in the fridge, it would have stayed a little bit. But it didn't turn green. It didn't have mold, which is weird because they're not putting preservatives in these things. It's just coming out of the bakery
That's great.
in Wegmans. As opposed to bread,
Yeah,
if I buy bread and I leave it on the counter for 3 days, suddenly it's crawling with penicillin.
Yeah, commercial bread.
Which is helpful for me because I've got all sorts of venereal diseases.
Did you do, what's the town today in Colorado?
Oh, I don't think I told
Did
you.
you do your bunion?
We didn't do bunion wash!
You said you wanted to do it. I didn't see. Well, I'm going to see if Nomi's on. I don't want to.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Warn Nomi, it's time for bunion watch. I
will.
forgot about that. I'm so sorry, people. I forgot about bunion
unless
watch.
you did it, I had some
No,
kind of seizure.
no. I didn't do it before. I haven't had a
got
chance.
distracted by the hot dog.
So, ladies and gentlemen,
Advertising the Great Tater Tot Festival at Idaho Falls Farmers Market.
oh my God, there it is. But is it literally in Idaho?
Yeah.
It's not like Idaho Falls, Maryland,
No,
right?
it's not.
Oh, that saddens me, ladies. Now, the reason I brought the desk
it says
down.
protect your tots, but it's potato tots.
Protect your tots. Ladies and gentlemen, so I have congenitally bunions on my feet. Born with them, I
And
guess.
look, when you just said bunion watch, look what
It didn't.
Look. Here. This is somebody showing their foot. Right? Is that true? Is that true?
Yeah.
Wait.
It's a.
No, what you're
I know.
showing.
Yeah. That's. I gotta lower the
No,
music.
not that. You gotta fix this. You're.
Oh, it moved. Oh, sorry.
Apparently, you can't use a phone, honey.
Well, anytime I touch a button, it moves to another thing. There it is. All right. Hold it up from here so I don't touch any buttons. Literally, as I'm talking about bunion watch, someone who barely has any bunion at all.
Yes.
The lucky bastard.
Let me see.
He seems to have a bump on the other side of his foot. What the hell is that?
I think that's 6 toes, is it?
Oh, is it really?
No.
Oh.
Oh no, there's something bad there.
He's sesquitolian.
It says foot trademark, happier today than all week. This
All right,
person just puts pictures. Oh, maybe they had some surgery.
Oh.
But they keep putting pictures of their foot.
Really?
Have a foot trademark happy weekend. The beloved foot. So there's a whole thing about the foot.
Hey, people fetishize.
No, I think they had some surgery or something.
Oh. Well, for surgery, it looks great. Maybe he had a bunion
Yeah.
and did the old bunionectomy right there.
Hmm.
So yay for you. Well, I still have the bunions that I've had ever since childhood. And thank goodness they're not, as far as I've seen, they're not growing bigger or better or worse, and they don't hurt. But I share them with you every week on the program, just because I overshare everything. Ladies and gentlemen, let me play the music. It's time for Bunion Watch.
Well,
Oh no, that's Blarney O'Bunion.
Well.
Wrong thing.
well.
Stop it! Stop,
Hey,
Blarney.
Making that sound.
Blarney O'Bunions was an Irish character.
I think you're gonna traumatize.
Yeah. Where the hell is it? Here's Bunion
You're
Watch.
gonna traumatize.
She's Bunion, she really is a fun one, she's Bunion.
Listen, doctor, to my plea. It's time for bunionectomy.
Bunion.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, bunions, except mine, thank goodness, are not painful. But let's take a look at them. Let's have a good look at Dave's bunions and Bunion Watch for this Saturday, July 27th, 2024. Well, that's a pretty nice calf, I gotta tell you. But this here is my bunion. You know what? Let's have Mary Todd Lincoln
Oh boy.
take a look at the quality and the condition of my bunions. Let's have her. Let's give her some glasses. There, we'll see. Okay. So Mary, what do you think? Is it a proper size? Is it a proper shape? Do you actually?
Is she wearing your glasses?
Yeah. Well, she has to. You know,
Oh,
she's a little nearsighted. Yeah.
Oh really?
Oh. She says she likes my first bunion, but she doesn't want to make a decision until she sees my left bunion.
Oh, okay.
So let's do.
Just be careful you don't kill
Yeah,
yourself.
okay, I'm doing this.
You can't see your bunions at all when you do that. All I see is the bottom.
There we go.
I don't see it. So
Okay, she's looking down. You gotta look down at the bunions.
Look,
Actually
can I
see
do
it better.
this?
There we go. Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Let me see. Hold on.
There she is.
No, that's still not good.
Oh boy. Let me
No.
turn my foot.
Oh, that's good.
'Cause
Oh,
it's so
that's
bright.
Good. Oh, that's perfect. Look at that.
Yeah.
I want to just show you. Look.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, baby.
Do the other one that way too.
Yeah,
You
let
can
me-
see your other foot.
So
I
now
will-
Mary Todd Lincoln. Oh, whoa. Still.
Careful, honey. Careful.
All right, here we go. Here, Mary Todd.
Don't
Check
fall,
that
don't
out.
Fall, don't fall.
Check Mount Bunion out. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Whoa! Oh my goodness! Whoa! Is that sore?
No, it just looks it. It just looks like it's a massive, hill on my
It looks
foot.
like your foot's wearing the glasses. Do that again.
Oh,
Put the
sure.
glasses there.
There we go.
Look.
This is entertainment, people. You know, back in the day, they used to have to make movies.
Yeah.
They had to do sculptures and great
Yeah.
art. Now it's like you get on the internet, you take your sock off, and you show your bunionated foot.
Mm-hmm.
The world is a special
At
place,
least
my
Romy
friends.
didn't write in yet, so she's probably horrified. I think she might miss something.
Alrighty. Well, I'm Dave Lefkowitz. You've been watching Dave's Gone By. We've had so much fun today. We've had our guest, of course. Rabbi Saul has been here, of course. We went to Greeley for Greeley Times. We went to Broadway for a couple of Broadway theater reviews. We, what else did we do? We do anything else? We talked about the wild, wonderful world of the octopus. And, of course, we talked to Carol Hollenbeck about her life and career. Well, we're not quite done because there's one more thing to do, ladies and gentlemen. I am, an artiste.
Look what is the only sticker who would let me post is that one.
Wait. That's the axolotl. He's adorable. Wait, what?
I think it's Moki and Choo Choo. What's the chicken?
Where? Oh, is it Mole?
Chicken. It would only let me post that sticker. Everything else was invalid except that one. I don't know what that is.
It could be Molang, but it's not really Molang and Pew Pew. I'm not sure who
I don't
those
know
are.
what
They're
that
cute,
is.
though.
I tried to do that so Naomi would
Maybe
see
that's something from Hello Kitty?
Naomi could see it. Yeah, I don't want her to feel...
Well, Bunion Watch, we've done Bunion Watch, so there's no more Bunion.
See if I can do the alligator.
Ooh, cute.
Invalid sticker.
But even worse, much worse than Bunion Watch is our Colorado Limerick of the Damned, where because my wife and I lived in Colorado for a bunch of years, and I started doing a poem about all these different places in Colorado, as many as I could.
Oh, that one came. See?
Oh, excellent. So sometimes it's easy. Everything rhymes with Vale. Lots of things rhyme with other places in Colorado. I can never remember when I get on the thing, but Hunt Valley, well, that's Maryland, but Collins rhymes with certain things.
Yeah, like everything. What's the one today?
Well, the one today
Oh, no.
is Apex. Apex, Colorado.
It's hard to read.
So we really hit our peak with this Colorado Limerick of the Damned. We got it. So what I'll do is I'll tell you a little bit about Apex and then read you the poem. Get ready. Here, I got to get my, I'm off with the music today, but here is our theme music for our Colorado Limerick of the Damned.
You're the poetry man. A limerick is a comic verse of 5 lines, in which lines 1, 2, and 5 will end with words that rhyme, and likewise verses 3 and 4 also end with words that rhyme. So this is a limerick. Rocky Mountain, Colorado, Colorado.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Rocky Mountain High in Colorado. So, yes, every week I try and bring you a new poem about a different place in Colorado. And for a while I was really running dry. And then it occurred to me, and I found a page on Wiki, that I should have towns that ran dry. So they don't have to be places in Colorado anymore. They could be ghost towns, towns that have disappeared
In Colorado?
almost from every map. Still from Colorado.
Oh, okay.
Only from
Oh, okay.
Colorado, because they're Colorado Limericks of the damned. So it's been a lot of the past few weeks, ghost towns, places that stopped existing in the 1930s, but they were there. They were real. And so they count. And so I can do poems about them.
It's Pyrumaru.
What's-
Chirp your heart with this little laid-back bird. He's a bird.
Oh, it's a cute little emoji thing. Or a GIF. So Apex is the place we're going to for our Colorado Limerick of the Damned today. Apex, Colorado, which is in central northern part of the state, in Gilpin County, for those of you who are in that region. It's about 2 miles high and quite snowy a good chunk of the year, but it was an important mining town, as so many of these places were, back in the day in the late 1800s. And in its heyday, it had more than 1,000 people living there. It was a big place. It had a school, a general store, saloons, and even had its own newspaper, the Apex Pine Cone. So yeah, it was roaring. You know, when the mining came in, it was big. But then by 1942, they even closed the post office, and it was gone. And now it's a ghost town. And it was especially hurt that they had 2 big fires over the years, and that decimated a lot of it. But you can actually still see some extant structures from when it was still a booming mining community. And you know, they've got a couple of summer cabins there in the region for people who want to stay over. And there is one guy, apparently, who lives there, and he's considered, quote, the mayor of Apex. So it's not quite 100% ghost.
How does he get food and all that stuff? Is there a neighboring town? Like, how does he survive?
Well, yeah, none of these places is more than, you know, a few miles from the next place, or a mile or two.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, ghost towns is like, could be next, only 20 miles from Denver or something.
That's true.
So, but anyway, that's Apex, Colorado. And now I'm going to tarnish its reputation forever by reading a poem about Apex. It is a Colorado Limerick of the damned. A randy young fellow from Apex cashed out every one of his paychecks. He took all his earnings, succumbed to his yearnings, and paid a lacrosse team for gay sex. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any complaints, and why wouldn't you, send them to Dave's Gone By at AOL.com. Dave's Gone By, like my name, DAVESGONEBY, Dave's Gone By at AOL.com. I try and read every single message that comes in. I don't necessarily have the time to respond to everybody. And even if you get to me on Facebook, which is a good thing, you can message me or just post under the show. You know, if I have time, I'll give you a thumbs up, but I appreciate everybody who writes in, who engages with the program, who posts about the program, who tells other people. You know, we've got our Facebook page, of course, but we have an Instagram page, Dave.Lefkowitz. We have our Twitter feed, Radio Dave 2. It's basically the same material that we're putting on our homepage and on Facebook. But, you know, we try and get it out there. We want people to know that this show is almost 22 years old and going strong. So, yeah, Dave's Gone By at AOL.com if you want to write to me. Plus, as I mentioned, the archives are at davesgoneby.com. They are also at archive.org. The audio archives are at castbox.fm. We have a YouTube page, Dave's Gone By. And don't forget also, separately but connected, my writings. If you want to read my plays, if you want to read my song lyrics, if you want to read not just this one, but the other 300 Colorado limericks that I have written, go to davelefkowitz.org. davelefkowitz.org. And that is a repository of news writings that I've done, interviews with celebrities, all the written stuff. The radio stuff is at davesgoneby.com, but the written stuff is at davelefkowitz.org. Check them both out. And certainly, you know, when Carol Hollenbeck was talking about her theater career and getting shows done off Broadway, it gave me that hankering. It's like, please, I've got all these funny one-act plays at davelefkowitz.org. If you run a theater, if you have a festival, if you're looking for something funny to do and to put on with friends, please check out my website. Grab a play. Let me know that you're doing it. I'll probably charge you $1. You know, unless you're a Broadway producer, in which case we'll talk. But other than that, yeah, you know, I just want to see my stuff done. I want to see it out there because I know so much of it is funny and it works. Anyway, I have been doing the work here with my darling and adorable wife to get this 953rd episode of A Dave's Gone By Facebookio Podcastio Programmio to you, as we do every single week here in the Daverhood. Coming up in the weeks ahead, let's see whom we've got. We do know that in a couple of weeks, Richard Barone, the veteran musician, will be with us in the Daverhood. That's going to be really great. I don't want to tell anybody else, but we're working on some other people, hoping to have a guest for next week, in fact. So, yeah, all you got to do to stay on top of things is check the website, davesgoneby.com, and this Facebook page. Let me tear down this number 3 because we are finishing this 953rd episode with many, many more to come. Assuming I stay, you know, God willing, healthy, and there's no reason I won't hit the 1,000 mark. How long I'll continue after that, I don't know. But we are inching our way toward the big 1000. So tell people about it. Let's get some momentum going. Let's have people know, hey, Dave's Gone By is a pretty cool thing. So, hon, is there anything else that happened this week or any pictures that we took? Oh, actually, you've got my phone.
Yeah,
I got yours.
I'm looking through your thing. No, I think we did everything. Let me see.
Yeah.
We did all the farmers market. We did a lot of stuff.
Yeah. I want to give a shout out to the folks at the National Publicity Summit, the radio, TV, interview, report people who put on one of their summits this past week again, and I was part of
We
that
have to look
again.
and see what. Why don't you just wish everybody?
What's that? What?
Wish everybody this gesture. This is a nice way for you to close.
Oh, you know, I gotta get this. Yeah. It looks like I've got a peg leg though.
Let me see. You do have one. Wait, there's another one here. Let me got you another one.
But yeah,
You know
wishing
what?
everyone a good day.
You don't want the peg leg one? Which is the
Where did we
peg leg?
take that?
This was at the shopping center we go to. I thought I had more of them.
Oh, yes, it was. Yes.
It's the only one. I'm sorry.
Oh, but that's fine. It just looks like because that big orange thing is behind my leg. It sort of looks like he's missing a leg. It's like no, it's there.
You're still having a good day.
I'm having a real good. See, above the waistline, I'm having a great day. Below the waistline, I'm a pirate. So there you go. But anywho, it has been. I hope it's been a good week for you. Pretty good week for us here in the Daverhood.
I can't read. We have the calendar from the supermarket, but we didn't take. Yesterday was Hot Fudge Sunday Day.
Oh,
I thought maybe that's. Let me see what today is.
Yeah. Our local Wegmans.
What day is today in terms of an event or thing?
It has this calendar of like today is Ice Cream Sunday Day. Tomorrow
National
is Corn Day.
Oh wow! You know what it is?
What is today?
It is National Korean War Veterans Armistice Day.
Well, I joked about that last time with Mission Barbecue, because last week we talked about
it's National Korean War Veterans Armistice Day.
Because Mission Barbecue had a thing.
It's National Scotch Day. Oh, for Oh, David. For you.
Yeah.
It's also National Cowboy Day. That's not for you. It's National Creme Brulee Day. You had that.
Oh yeah, there's another story. No, but let me just remind them about the
National New Jersey Day. Oh, it's my favorite day. National Love is Kind Day.
Oh. I think I'll have New Jersey Day instead. But it just struck me as kind of funny that Mission Barbecue was saying if you were in the Korean War, you get a free sandwich, because Mission Barbecue is all about the veterans and first responders and things. It does a lot of stuff to kind of once or twice a year they'll honor the veterans. You get a free sandwich on Veterans Day if you're a veteran and so forth. So they specifically have this day for vets of the Korean War, and I've got to think maybe that cost them 6 sandwiches at this point, because even if there are still living veterans of the Korean War, they've got to be sort of wheeled up the ramp and have their sandwiches liquefied. Because if you're in Korea, I mean, there are still 1 or 2 World War II vets running around.
Yeah.
But Korea, you would have to be 80 plus, right? Or 70 plus.
I don't know. I can't do math.
Because you would have had to have been born in the 40s. So I get, I'm sure they still get a couple of people asking for a sandwich. But it's not a big ask, as opposed to Vietnam or Iraq.
So somebody said, other than my daughter being on the right, I have no idea what's going on here. You know what?
Well, this is from our friend in California, Lee Wachner.
What the heck is that thing? It's probably some character.
Yeah, but we know that. But who's anyway?
Did you drink your tea?
I'm drinking my tea. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me thank you one last time for watching this episode of Dave's Gone By. We should be back next Saturday, same time, same Facebook station, same me, same her, same you. Potato probably have his teeth moved a little bit. Same chicken. Same Fred Rogers.
Taking care is one way to show your love. Another way is letting people...
Oh, you need wait.
No, it's
no, I'll give it to you.
all right. We'll go out with, and same Pooey. It's amazing, after all these, Pooey hasn't desiccated.
You gotta hold this to speak. Wait, whoop, and then you gotta hold it. I'll hold it so you can do it, because it's hard to do both.
It is hard to do. We can also try it with this machine, because that's
No.
pretty low also. Here we go.
With any of them, whatever you want. Yeah, okay.
Ready?
Yeah. No, I'm sorry.
Neighbors in our world. There's no person in the whole world like you, and I like you just the way you are.
Thank you, Fred. Wait, let me do this thing. Let me try this one,
Okay.
because this is pretty low.
Okay.
Let's take that offline.
Oh, there we go.
We're gaining traction. That's a no-brainer.
Well, all of them here.
Oh.
We have to be disruptive.
And these are pretty loud. Or maybe not, maybe not. And the classics. Oh boy. Oh, we heard that one. Oh! Ah, jeez. This one's loud and clear, ain't it?
Whatever.
That's good. Oh, that's broken. Just before we're going off to lunch. Hey, what did you think of the show? Oh, ooh. Yeah, that comes on there.
Now it's on speaker. You can make it.
Oh, all right.
You just talk
Oh,
into it.
why don't you?
How do you talk into it?
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
You could lower the volume too.
How? Oh,
Let's
I
lower
can. Okay, I can. I can make it medium, sort of like this. So lower. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen.
No, then you just turn it off.
Hello. It's still on a little bit.
You don't have eyes.
Thank you for joining us on this fine Saturday morning, or afternoon now, July 27th, 2024, for the 953rd episode of the Dave's Gone By Facebook. I'm going to blast it. Of the Dave's Gone By Facebookio Podcastio of the Stream. We'll see you next week. Good Lord willing, the creeks don't rise. Until then, and gone by.
Days gone by.